can live fully. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons.
Back in Knoxville, Tennessee, ahead of first pitch at 6 past the hour. Wake Forest and the Tennessee Volunteers with a chance to move on to the super regional round of the NCAA tournament. Winner takes all tonight. All right, let's get the latest on the Demon Deacs and their prospects for victory tonight as we check in with Larry and Coach Tom Walter.
Tom, I know one of the things you love to do is create lifelong memories for your teams, and last night certainly is going to be on everybody's mind for a very long time.
Yeah, that was, that's right up there with playing in Omaha and dogpilling on our field against Alabama for the Super. So that was a special day, and I'm really proud of our guys.
And I know when the guys come back and they talk about those kinds of things and you have your reunions up on the porch and sit around and talk about them, that's what it's all about.
It sure is. It's about brotherhood. It's about family. It's about these guys being part of something special, part of something bigger than themselves, and those are things they'll take into life. I mean, you don't get them, as you know, Larry, and I know, you don't get that many opportunities in life to compete once your baseball career is over, and they've got a great opportunity today.
And compete they did last night as well. Just a magnificent game to watch. A lot of different elements to it. Your older guys came through for you. Your younger guys carried some of the earlier games. It's been a mix of everybody pitching in.
Yeah, it sure has. I mean, you look at Matt Scannell, he had the big bunt hit, and he had a big walk there in the ninth inning. You go down the list, Merrick's played as good as anybody in this regional. Cade Lewis got a bunt down, in a huge spot for us and hit a big double against Miami to kind of extend the lead there. It ended up being a big run in that Miami game. And then Jack Winay's had a great regional. He had a couple knocks yesterday, had the game-winning RBI, and on down the list. Dalton Wentz has hit some homers. Costello, Austin Hawks played well early in this regional. Javar Williams has hit a couple homers. So, again, it's been a good mix.
And you flip over to the pitching side, and the one thing that you needed to have last night was some innings, and you got them from Logan Lunsford, who came out of the bullpen to really compete for you.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the save in the Miami game and then comes right back and throws 5 innings yesterday. I mean, again, if you had told me to throw 5 innings, I would have told you we're going to have a great chance to win. And, the fact that we only used Luntz and Gunny and Hayden, and Bowie, that was huge, only having to use 4 guys yesterday.
And so you reach a little bit deeper into your bullpen for a starter for tonight's game. Griffin Green will get the ball.
Yeah, he's our freshest guy. He's been up to 65 pitches before this year, and he's a senior. This is kind of his last hurrah, so I feel good that we'll get a good start. I mean, as long as he's not walking people, he's pitching to contact. I think he's gonna give these guys some fits. So I'm excited to see him pitch today.
And one of the things that you can't overemphasize is you mentioned he's a senior, but he's also pitched under the bright lights as a Friday night starter before.
Yeah, when he was a Friday night guy at Virginia Tech and pitched against us, I was really impressed with him. I thought he was one of the best guys we saw all year. So, again, if we get that version of Griffin Green today, we're going to be in great shape.
Well, it's been a terrific weekend of Wake Forest baseball. Keep it going. Have a great game tonight.
Thanks, Larry.
That's Tom Walter, head coach of the Demon Deacs. Stan will be back with the starting lineups right after this.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
For up-to-date breaking news on the Deacs, there's no better source than GoDeacs.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeacs.com provides detailed content of results of all Deacon sports teams, with innovative photos, live game and coaches show broadcasts, and in-depth interviews about the Deacons. GoDeacs.com is your complete online source for sports news when you just have to know. Visit GoDeacs.com and make it your homepage each time you log on to the internet. Go to the source. GoDeacs.com.
Wake Forest football season tickets are on sale now. The 2025 season kicks off with opening night, August 29th. The remaining schedule includes home games against Big Four rivals NC State and North Carolina and ACC newcomer SMU. Season ticket options start at just $149. Get your tickets today at godeeks.com/tickets and join us in Deektown. We'll see you at a Legacy Stadium this fall for Wake Forest football. Go Deeks!
And we're back in Knoxville, Tennessee tonight. Winner take all. Wake and the Volunteers here in the Knoxville Regional Final. Super Regionals next coming up this weekend. The winner of this game will head to Fayetteville, Arkansas to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. Time now for tonight's Legacy Federal Credit Union starting lineups. We begin with the visiting Demon Deacs, who will be the visiting team tonight. Wake was the home team last night in the 7-6 win here late last night under the lights at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. For Wake Forest, same pretty much lineup. Number 26, Matt Scannell, will lead off and play right field. Good arm out there for him. Merrick Houston at short. He will hit second. Hitting third base is Cade Lewis. Jack Winay back in the cleanup spot, and he is at first. Hitting fifth is Dalton Wentz. He back in the designated hitter role tonight. In the sixth spot, the left fielder Lou Costello. Hitting seventh, and at second base, it's Austin Hawk. Hitting number 8, the catcher Matt Conti tonight, and back out in center field and hitting ninth, it's number 9, Javar Williams, and Griffin Green will get the start for the Demon Deacons. For the Tennessee Volunteers, leading off, Gavin Keelan. He will be back at shortstop tonight. Hitting second, again at first, it's Andrew Fisher. Out in center field and hitting third, it's number 9, Hunter Ensley. Out in left in the cleanup spot, hitting fourth, is number 16, Dalton Bargo. At second base, Dean Curley will hit fifth. Hitting sixth, it's Reese Chapman back out in right field for the Volunteers. In the DH role tonight, hitting in the seventh slot, it's number 30, Levi Clark. Cannon Peebles behind the plate. He will catch and hit eighth. And number 9 is Manny Marin. Change that. Number 4, Manny Marin. He hits ninth, and he will be back at third base. And as we've talked about, number 33, A.J. Russell, will be the pitcher for Tennessee. Tony Vitello, the coach of the Volunteers. Tom Walter, the coach of the Deacs. We are just about set for tonight's first pitch at Lindsey Nelson Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. Wake Forest and the Tennessee Volunteers on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield. We're back with the first pitch of tonight's game after these messages as you listen to Wake Forest baseball from Learfield.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Whether it's on the baseball diamond or at your home, it's important to have your bases covered by someone you trust. Lucky for Deacon fans, Sutton Brothers has you covered at home. Heating and air, covered. Electrical, covered. Plumbing, that's right, covered. At Sutton Brothers, one call does it all. A proud partner of the Deacs, trust the locally owned and operated experts at Sutton Brothers for your home's comfort and emergency needs. Remember, one call and Sutton Brothers has your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical bases covered.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Postseason is here.
First pitch is lifted into pretty deep left field. Back will go Fogle to the wall and gone. Home run.
And the Deacs are ready.
Kick, steal, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Wake Forest wins the marathon. Fastball hit high and deep to left. He looks up, he gives up. Off the video board, a 3-run shot. High and deep will go the baseball, and it will leave the ballpark. Grand slam home run, and Wake Forest comes from behind to win again.
It's game time on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield. Now, to bring you every pitch, alongside Larry Sorensen, here's the voice of the Deeks, Stan Cotton.
And the fun begins back on Rocky Top. The tents on the porch out there are up. The stands are just about packed, about 90% orange. We've got some old gold and black over there, high above the third base line behind the Wake Forest dugout. Just about ready to go. Home plate umpire tonight. He had the Wake Cincy game on Friday. Casey Moser at first is Wilson Rayner. Mark Wagers, who called the balls and strikes last night, is at second base, and Bill McGuire over at third. Dimensions of the ballpark here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium: 320 right down the left field line, 385 in the power alley, 390 straightaway center, 365 in the right power alley, and down the right field line, 320 with about a 5-foot fence, about 25-30 feet. Speaking of foul poles, there he's made a buddy with the guy right in front of him.
A very, very nice gentleman that agreed to swap out his straw hat for a minute to wear a regular cap because the straw hat was blocking home plate.
Just about ready to go. A.J. Russell has the ball for Tennessee. Big 6'6" right-hander from Franklin High School in Franklin, Tennessee. And for the Demon Deeks, who come in 39 and 21, Matt Scannell will lead it off. Scannell back out in right field for Wake Forest. 5 base hits in the series, 4 runs driven in, 1 home run, one of Wake's 14. Deeks in the road grays tonight. Tennessee in white with Tennessee orange caps. Big swing in the infield to the right. The shift on. First pitch low, ball 1.
Yeah, routine ground ball to shortstop might be a double. Of course, the reason they're over there is because he doesn't hit many routine ground balls to shortstop.
So Scannell, the left-handed hitter, open stance, digs back in. Russell ready, fires fastball, fouled into the screen, and off we go. A ball and a strike. Scannell for the Deeks, 5'11" grad student from Stone Oak, Texas. Started his career at Princeton. Russell's ready. From the stretch, the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is just off the side of the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Russell, 6th start of the year. He's 2-1, 2.95 ERA. 2-1 pitch is a fastball that's popped up left side in foul ground and twisting into the seats to even the count at 2-2.
When they don't take any kind of bounce off the concrete of the stands, it means somebody got plunked somehow, by the way. Leg, shoulder, foot.
Scannell digs back in there, scored a couple of runs last night. Russell's ready with the 2-2. Looks into Peebles, deals another fastball, popped up again, foul ground. Might be a little more room this time for the Vols, but nothing doing. That lands behind the Wake Forest dugout. I think a fan caught that.
That was a good catch.
Good play.
Yep.
Last fastball hit the gun at 96 miles an hour.
Yeah, he was a big-time prospect, really highly recruited. Ended up about the 11th pitcher in the nation. Ended up here, had the Tommy John brace surgery last June.
With the 2-2 count, Tennessee now straight away defensively. And the pitch from Russell, another fastball fouled away.
And if you're wondering if that isn't quick to come back from that surgery, yes, it's extremely quick to come back from that surgery. So they'll keep a close eye on his pitch count. And one of the things Wake Forest will try to do is try to make him throw as many pitches as possible.
For Tennessee in the outfield, left to right, Bargo, Ensley, Chapman around the infield, Marin, Keelan, Curley, Fisher, Peebles behind the plate. And the 2-2 from A.J. Russell. Off speed, swing and a miss, got him, 1 away.
That's
and
tough.
The Tennessee fans love it.
Yeah, it's tough when you're gearing up for 97 to get something 87 when it's thrown the same way.
So one down now for Merrick Houston. Leads Wake in the regional with 8 base hits, 8 runs driven in, 3 home runs. First pitch to him is a breaking ball that's in for a strike at 84. Well, the port, somebody's on fire out there. A lot of smoke out in left field. The 0-1, that's off the plate at 95, outside corner and low, a ball and a strike. Somebody's got the wrong seats. Go the other way. Okay. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Off speed, in for a strike. I don't think Merrick liked the call. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. On the outside corner, straightaway defense, Tennessee. And the pitch. There's a fastball that's ripped into center. Back on his horse is Ensley, running right in front of the track to make the catch, and there are 2 down. Hit it well, but right at the center fielder, Ensley, just shy of the dirt, or the different colored turf out there. Right in front of the 390 sign. Hit it to the deepest part of the park.
You got to admit they did their best to make it look like real grass and real dirt. Went with the stripes on the infield artificial surface and brown, dark brown on the dirt part of the artificial surface.
Nobody on, 2 outs. Here's Cade Lewis for Wake. Takes an opening strike. Breaking ball right at the knees, 0-1. Lewis, sophomore from Minnesota, and the 0-1. Just off the plate. Breaking ball, 1-1.
You could throw it darn near anywhere, and these fans are going to try to convince the umpire it was a strike.
Russell, 6'6", kicks, deals, 1-1. Breaking ball, missed inside, 2-1.
Jack Winnay had to get out of the way of 2 pitches last night, and the other 2 were barely reachable, and some fan was telling the umpire how bad he was for calling them balls to force in the winning run. On the video.
7-6 Wake last night. Here's the 2-1. Another breaking ball. This one perfect. 2-2. And the Tennessee fans feeling it. They rise, we rise. So we can maybe see the plate on the tippy toes here. 2-2. Russell is ready. And the pitch. Fastball fouled out of play over the left side. Yeah, but we've made friends with all these 7, 8, 9 folks right in front of us.
Well, the young man looks to be about 8 years old or so to your left.
Maybe.
Keeping score.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the first. 0-0 game, Wake and Tennessee. Russell ready. Fires a fastball that's fouled on the ground left side. Another 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's a live arm.
Yep, Lewis did not get around on it. Nobody on again, 2 down after a Scannell strikeout and a Houston fly ball. And Russell's ready again. Kicks home with a 2-2 pitch. That sails high. Full count. Right up in his eyes, and the Tennessee fans wanted it. They're jacked. They're ready.
15 minutes before the game, we were commenting doesn't seem to have the same vibe. It changed in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it does now. Payoff pitch on the way. Fastball ripped into left field. Coming in as hard as he can is Bargo. Cannot make the catch. Digging for second is Lewis. And that'll probably be scored a double, I would think. Long run for Bargo. He dove for the ball, got a glove on it, could not reel it in. And Lewis never slowed down. He chugged around first and headed for second. And Wake with 2 outs with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, he went a long way and extended himself forward as far as he could go and had it in the glove for a moment, but then jarred himself when he hit the ground. It popped out. A good job base running by Cade Lewis.
That is a double. Now Jack Winnay will stand in for the Deacs. 6 runs driven in here this weekend. Game-winning RBI last night with a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Wake won 7-6 to force another game. First pitch to Winnay is a strike at the knees. A breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Just underway in Knoxville, Tennessee on a beautiful night. Russell checks on the runner Lewis at second with 2 down and the pitch to the plate. Another fastball that's popped up right side. Drifting into shallow right field. Back is the first baseman Fisher to make the grab. And the Deacs are retired in the first with Lewis stranded at second base. So Wake done in the first. We go to the bottom of the inning with the score here in Knoxville. Wake Forest 0, Tennessee coming to bat.
Whether it's a big-time win or you're making a comeback, a Legacy Federal Credit Union is on your team. Need a car loan or want to switch to a free checking account? How about consolidating your student loans or starting that business you always wanted? At a Legacy, we help our members pursue their goals and achieve financial wins. Member-owned and focused, we're proud to offer personal guidance that helps you keep a healthy perspective on your finances through good times, tough times, and even game time. Learn more today at alegacy.org.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, we keep you moving, achieving, striving, with care that's easier and more accessible, so you can live fully. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons.
Bottom of the first inning in Knoxville with the score Wake 0, Tennessee 0. Volunteers coming to the plate, top of the order. And the first 3, as last night, Keelan, Fisher, and Ensley. Wake gets Cade Lewis to second, strands him there. And now Tennessee will take its cuts at Demon Deacon starter Griffin Green. In Wake in the outfield, left to right, Costello, Williams, and Scandal. Infield third to first, Lewis, Houston, Hawk, and Winne. Conti behind the plate tonight. And again, Larry, here comes Griffin Green to make his very first start. Interested to see how he fares tonight, his first start of the season.
Well, he's a very interesting guy, and as I said earlier, he made a big impression on the Wake Forest young pitchers early on. Corey Mascara, before the season started, said that he's taken a real leadership role on this staff. A little bit of a loose personality. You know, we talked about him gallivanting to the outfield. He said that word fits. He came walking in, just his stocking feet, into the dugout short time before the game tonight. But he's got good stuff, made a little adjustment in his delivery. Used to have a little hitch with his foot. They eliminated that for timing reasons, and that seems to have helped him get more in sync, and he's been successful since.
Griffin's a 6'4" grad student from Chelmsford, Mass., Virginia Tech transfer. Here's Gavin Keelan to stand in, the shortstop for Tennessee. He was 1 for 4 last night. Drove in a run against the Deacs. Opening salvo from Wake as a fastball ripped into center, but right at Williams, 1 away.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what you tell yourself. Hit it good. Grab some pine. One thing we'll watch during the course of the evening, Green has really long legs. Takes him a while to get the ball to home plate. Opens up the running game a little bit for Tennessee.
Well, Keelan hit it on the nose. Nothing to show for it. 1 down for Andrew Fisher, the first baseman for Tennessee. Junior from New Jersey, transferred in from Ole Miss. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1. That was a breaking ball. Fisher drove in 3 runs last night, couple base hits. Pitch number 2 way outside. Fisher had a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. Wake got up 4 last night on Tennessee. Volunteers tied it at 6. Wake wins in a walk-off in the 9th. It's an inside pitch. Fastball nearly unbuckled his belt. 3 balls and no strikes to the Tennessee first baseman. Left-handed hitter, that back foot on the stripe. Backside of the box. And the 3-0. Pulled foul. He was swinging all the way. Hit it hard, way ahead of it.
89-mile-an-hour fastball. He was geared up for just a little bit more and pulled it about as far as you can pull a baseball without getting yourself hit.
Hardly any wind at all here in Knoxville tonight. Bright sunshine, lights on, and the 3-1 pitch. It's outside, walked him in 5 pitches. Base runner for Tennessee. One down now for the center fielder, Hunter Ensley, who walks up to the plate. Ensley hit the ball on the ground a lot last night to second base. Wake at double play depth right now. Fisher, if you're wondering, 4 stolen bases on the year as Green goes to the stretch. Fastball fouled into the screen on the right side.
Looks like a very aggressive approach from Tennessee in the early part of this game. 2 first pitch swings out of 3 hitters. And Fisher couldn't have reached the first pitch to him, so.
And the 0-1, that's on the ground, might be a chance for 2. The flip to second for 1, on to first in time, 4-6-3 double. And Wake Forest, with a defensive gem there, sends us into the second inning. Had it played perfectly, and Hawk got it started to Houston to Winay, and the side is retired. On to the second inning we go in Knoxville with the score. Wake Forest nothing, Tennessee nothing.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
For up-to-date breaking news on the Deacs, there's no better source than GoDeacs.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeacs.com provides detailed content of results of all Deacon sports teams, with innovative photos, live game and coaches show broadcasts, and in-depth interviews about the Deacons. GoDeacs.com is your complete online source for sports news when you just have to know. Visit GoDeacs.com and make it your homepage each time you log on to the internet. Go to the source, GoDeacs.com.
On to the second inning here in Knoxville, Tennessee, with the score at 0-0. Wake with a base hit. Tennessee got a walk, but it hits into a double play. And off we go with Tennessee scheduled for Bargo, Curley, and Chapman, hitters 4, 5, and 6 here in the... Wake scheduled for Wentz, Costello, and Hawk here in the top of the second.
Well, you said in the as Ensley came to the plate, he's hit a lot of balls hard to second base last night, and there it was again. Juggled a little bit by Hawk. Good turn, though.
Here is Wentz to lead it off for Wake in the DH role. Looks at strike 1 as Russell floats in a breaking ball right at the belt. Tennessee straight away and fairly shallow in the outfield for Wentz. Second pitch, a fastball foul out of play, so quickly 0-2. Russell ahead of the Deacon designated hitter. Wentz has 3 home runs this weekend. Tennessee with, Wake Forest with 14. And the 0-2 from Russell. That's off speed, outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Top of the second inning, Wake nothing, Tennessee nothing. Lindsey Nelson Stadium. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the night for Russell. 1 away.
As you mentioned Lindsey Nelson Stadium one more time, since this is the last game of the series at this stadium, how thrilling it is to sit next to the 2019 Lindsey Nelson Award winner, as voted on by the Knoxville Quarterback Club. I remember how thrilled you were at the time. Took a while with the COVID situation to get your award, but well-deserved and a great thrill.
I appreciate that, Larry. Thank you very much. It was a thrill. There's a strike into Costello. Breaking ball that he watches go by. Yeah, Lindsey Nelson was some kind of somebody in our business, that's for sure. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball right back at us. One of the thrills of my life was taking a class at Tennessee, and he taught it.
Yeah.
Bunch of old baseball stories. You would have loved it. You would have loved it. 0-2 count to Costello. Crowd rises. Breaking ball just does miss. And you hear the reaction behind us. How was that not called a strike, Tennessee fans wanted to know.
What amazes me is the people down the left field line in the second tier have the same great view that the people down the right field line, and over here in front of us, they all call them better.
Now the Russell 1-2 is a fastball that floats high on him, 2-2. Well, fan is short for fanatic. And they are fanatical here in Knoxville for this Tennessee baseball team, last year's national champion. Here's the 2-2. Fastball ripped into left field, and turning with a big arc around first, heading for second. He thought for a moment was Costello. He slams on the brakes, and Wake with a one-out base hit here in the second inning.
And they break out some boos for the home plate umpire.
One of the strikeout didn't get it. Costello responds with the hit. Wake's second of the night. That'll make way for Wake second baseman Austin Hawk. He was 0 for 4 against Tennessee last night, so he is due. Watches an off-speed pitch sail in for a strike. Hawk, the number 7 hitter in Tom Walter's lineup here again tonight. 1 on and 1 out here in the visiting half of the second. Scoreless game. And a fastball is in there for a strike. Took a tad off of that at 93 miles an hour. 0-2, the count to the Deacons second baseman. Costello will get his lead at first. Really not a threat to steal. And Russell's 0-2. Fastball outside. Or so says home plate umpire Casey Moser.
It's funny because last night's game, the fans were doing the same thing, obviously. And talking to Bill Salento, he said it was one of the better games, according to grade scores, they've had all year.
1-2 pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another fastball that misses the target. Wentz started this second off for Wake with a swinging strikeout. Costello. It's a left field single. Now Hawk at the plate with the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. From the stretch, Russell ready. Kicks and fires. That sails in and tight to Hawk. And the count now is run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
He's got a low arm slot anyway, but that time he dropped the elbow a little bit and slowed everything down to go a little off speed.
Winner survives and goes to the Super Regionals. The loser, the season is over. Payoff pitch on the way. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And out, number 2.
Heck of a pitch for a guy that's throwing in the upper 90s to come in on a 3-2 count and have the confidence to drop a breaking ball over for a strike.
Number 8, Matt Conti.
Russell's got 3 strikeout victims tonight. 2 down now for Matt Conti with Costello aboard at first. Conti catching tonight. Jimmy Keenan caught last night against Tennessee. And the first pitch. Breaking ball popped up right side, drifting toward the seats. Fisher at first base will watch it land about 5 rows in. And it's 0-1.
And Fisher stood and watched a fan make a catch with a glove that he wished he'd been making.
Wake already's got a lot of pop-ups in foul ground here tonight.
These Tennessee fans can play.
6-6. A.J. Russell on the mound, ready with the 0-1. And the pitch. Now the fastball hit to right and deep. Short part of the park. Chapman to the wall. Leaps up. No, he won't get it. Home run, Wake Forest. Matt Conti. And the Deacs have the early 2-0 lead on the 15th home run of the Knoxville Regional.
Best way to take a crowd out of the game is to do something like that. Just a line drive they kept on carrying. 5th home run of the year for Matt Conti. Landed right on top of the little seating area that the bullpen has to sit under in case of rain. The tin roof took one off the roof, and Wake Forest jumps out ahead 2-0. And Tony Vitello is on his way to the mound. Saw a quick hook last night. He's looking to right field.
He made it.
He made the sign.
Wow, Russell is out. Pitching change in Knoxville after a 2-run blast from Matt Conti, the number 8 hitter in the Wake lineup. We take a break with Tennessee's new pitcher on the way by telling you the score here in Knoxville. Real early in the second inning, Wake Forest 2, Tennessee nothing.
Whether it's a big-time win or you're making a comeback, a Legacy Federal Credit Union is on your team. Need a car loan or want to switch to a free checking account? How about consolidating your student loans or starting that business you always wanted? At a Legacy, we help our members pursue their goals and achieve financial wins. Member-owned and focused, we're proud to offer personal guidance that helps you keep a healthy perspective on your finances through good times, tough times, and even game time. Learn more today at alegacy.org.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
A quick hook by Tennessee head coach Tony Vitello. Out comes Braden Krenzel, a 6'3 freshman from Dublin, Ohio, making his 19th appearance. He's 2-0 with a 4.25 ERA.
Well, a freshman that gets thrown right into it, got a great arm, up to 96 miles per hour, slider, and a changeup to go with it. Throw from the extreme first base side of the rubber. Sinker slider pretty much. But we'll throw a changeup to left-handers on occasion. I'm really surprised at the early hook. Only 38 pitches. And I thought that Vitello would try to get a little bit more out of his starter. But, boy, it didn't take him long.
115th home run for Wake this season. 3rd highest total ever. Peaks had 122 back in 2022. And in the World Series year of 23 had 130. Number 9 hitter for Wake, Javar Williams, is up with the bases clear after Matt Conti's 2-run home run. And it's 2-0 Wake Forest here in the top of the second inning. 2 outs as Williams climbs in, left-handed hitter. Scored a couple of runs last night, had himself a 2-run home run. Looks at ball 1 on a breaking ball.
Fans a little feisty here tonight, Stan. They were booing the TV timeout.
Not happy. Not a happy crowd here in Knoxville right now. Here's the 1-0. There's a fastball that missed inside. Ball 2. Restless would be a good word.
Uneasy?
Yeah, all of that.
Or have we overused uneasy?
2 balls, no strikes. Fastball, ground ball, right side, second base. Curley comes up throwing. There's the out. The side retired. But Matt Conti gets Wake on the board with a 2-run shot to right. We've played 1.5 in Knoxville as we take the break by giving you the score from Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Wake Forest 2, Tennessee nothing.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Wake Forest football season tickets are on sale now. The 2025 season kicks off with opening night, August 29th. The remaining schedule includes home games against Big Four rivals NC State and North Carolina and ACC newcomer SMU. Season ticket options start at just $149. Get your tickets today at godeeks.com/tickets and join us in Deektown. We'll see you at a Legacy Stadium this fall for Wake Forest football. Go Deeks!
Back in Knoxville and back on the mound for Wake, Griffin Green. He's got a 2-0 lead now after the Conti home run as he gets into the act again. I had 15 home runs here in this regional for Wake Forest, and that is the big story. I mean, the long ball has been kind to the Deacs.
No question about it. And from people that you didn't expect to get the home runs from, Javar Williams with a couple, Conti with a couple. You know, some people that weren't necessarily known as home run hitters have been able to reach the stands in Tennessee.
Bargo, Curley, and Chapman due for the Volunteers. Here's Bargo, the left fielder, as Green works from the stretch. High knee kick, fastball outside, ball one.
8 pitches in the first inning for Griffin Green.
Bargo, the cleanup hitter, did not reach base last night. He was 0 for 4. Here's the 1-0. Looks at a strike. And the count is even at 1-1.
Knew that was coming, did you?
Two 2-0 Wake Forest, bottom of the second here in Knoxville. 1-1 pitch on the way. On the ground right side, snared over there by Fisher. Throws to the covering pitcher, Green. Can't do it any better than that. And there's one away.
Jack Quinay with a little backhand ball that he picked up cleanly. Did a nice job, as much as he did last night, leading Griffin Green to the base.
The one down as Curley stands in, second baseman for Tennessee. Wake with a couple of runs on 3 hits. Of course, one 2-run home run. Pitch to the plate, squaring to bunt, taking a strike is Curley.
The infield very deep still, though.
On base 3 times last night for Tennessee. Base hit and a couple of walks. A 1 pitch. Whoa, look out. It sails right over the top of his head all the way to the screen.
Well, you wonder about it, except that that's about the 3rd time he's thrown a pitch in that zone. Just the other 2 were to left-handers. So he gets, he's a big, tall person. He's got a lot of moving parts. And when he doesn't get him synced up, the ball can go all over the place.
1 ball, 1 strike. Green is ready, and the pitch to the plate. Not close, way outside, 2-1. Fastball got away from him. He wipes his hands on the backside of his uniform. Wake in gray, Tennessee in white tonight.
The uniform truck for Wake Forest must have looked like the football truck. All the uniforms they brought down here.
2 balls, 1 strike to the Tennessee second baseman. And the pitch just a bit off the plate. Breaking ball, 3-1. Deacons playing Curley straight away on defense. Not much wind at all here tonight, as we mentioned. And the Green 3-1 pitch. There's a fastball that's fouled up near us, and the count runs full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Long look from Green into Conti. And here's the payoff pitch to the plate. Nubbed foul. Little re-rack. The back of my brain is talking to me right now. Did I call Winnie Fisher a minute ago?
In fact, you did.
I thought I did. Isn't that funny how you're just like, something's not right on that 3-1 put out of Bargo. Pardon me, Jack Winnie, last night's hero.
I slid a Winnie in there right after.
That's what started me thinking about it. Man, here's the 3-2. On the ground towards second base. To his left goes the shortstop, Houston. Fields, fires for the out, and they're 2 down.
Nice play by Houston, and again, it's the interior clock, the game clock that you've got, that the great players have going on. Merrick Houston knew that ball took a while to get to him, didn't have time to pivot, knew he had to get something on the throw, got rid of it quickly, and got him by a step. Beautiful play by Merrick Houston.
2 down now, and here's the right fielder for the Vols, Reese Chapman, left-handed hitter. Bases are clean, and Wake's on top 2-0 here early. Pitch to the plate is a fastball strike, 0-1. Chapman, a junior from Colorado, digs back in there. 0-1 count. Green is ready. Kicks, deals. It's off the plate. For the fastball, a ball and a strike. Deeks have two on a 2-run home run from Conte, the catcher. And the 1-1. Chopped foul at the plate. Another fastball offering from Green. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down here in the home half of the second. Wake Forest already has quieted this crowd a bit with the home run. And the early lead over the number 1 seed in the regional. Here's the 1-2. Fastball pounded right, but a couple of hops to Hawk at second base. Had him played perfectly, and the side is retired in order. 3 up, 3 down, on to the third inning. We go in Knoxville with the score as we take the break. Wake Forest 2, Tennessee 0.
Whether it's on the baseball diamond or at your home, it's important to have your bases covered by someone you trust. Lucky for Deacon fans, Sutton Brothers has you covered at home. Heating and air, covered. Electrical, covered. Plumbing, that's right, covered. At Sutton Brothers, one call does it all. A proud partner of the Deeks, trust the locally owned and operated experts at Sutton Brothers for your home's comfort and emergency needs. Remember, one call and Sutton Brothers has your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical bases covered.
It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schasberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the Diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box, so let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Nothing Wake Forest as we start the third inning for the Deeks. Back to the top of the order. Matt Scannell, Merrick Houston, and Cade Lewis. Krenzel already in relief of Russell, the starter. That happened back in the second inning with 2 outs after the 2-run homer. He induced the ground ball by Williams, and here we go.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was hit well by Conte, but not the kind of ball you expect to produce 2 runs for you necessarily. But we talked about the low wall, and it had just enough altitude to get over and land like a cat on a hot tin roof.
Here's Scannell, who struck out back in the first inning to lead off the game. And crowds that boxing in that back foot on the chalk. Swings at the first pitch, grounds it right up the middle. The shortstop, Keelan, is there. Easy play for him. Throw to first for the out, 1 away.
2 outs right there, one by the Deeks and one by Tennessee, where give the credit to the bench for the positioning that they had with their infielders. Right up the middle was Keelan for Tennessee, and for Wake Forest, Hawk was very, very deep in the outfield on a ball that would have gotten through otherwise.
1 down. Here's Merrick Houston. He looks at a breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Houston flied out to center back in the first inning. Wake Forest 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Tennessee no runs, no hits yet. Breaking ball, low ball 1. Balls have had 1 base runner.
Some fan tried to break that streak by trying to use the magic words when somebody has one of those going.
Here's the 1-1, and that's a fastball that's outside. Tennessee's only base runner, a Fisher walk back in the first inning. 2 balls and a strike to the Wake shortstop. And the pitch. Fastball at the knees at 92, 2-2. That's called a strike.
Right at the bottom of the knees.
Houston 3 home runs in the weekend. Check swing, and went around, and he's out on strikes there. 2 down. Strikeout number 1 for Krenzel. Didn't mean to. Tried to pull the bat back. Couldn't quite get it done. And there are 2 outs.
And he may have let Mosier know that he wasn't too happy about the 1 called strike.
Now the Deacon third baseman, Cade Lewis, who had a 2-out double back in the first, was left stranded as we got underway. Kenzo looks, kicks, and is ready. Here's the pitch to the plate. Breaking ball, chopped foul right side. Might have bounced into the seats. Somebody got some claps down there anyway. No balls and a strike. Here's the Krenzel pitch outside.
This is the guy that Wake Forest needs to get going here in the next 3 weeks. Get him hot again.
He shows promise in the first inning with that double. Here's the 1-1. That catches the outside corner. Another breaking ball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Tennessee desperately wants to get Wake out in order. Here's the chance. 1-2 pitch on the way. A fastball fouled into the screen. Count stays 1-2 to Cade Lewis. Here we go again. Bands are up, the 1-2 pitch. That's a fastball that sails high and outside, 2-2. Lewis on the season, .377 average, 11 homers, 59 runs driven in. 2-2 pitch, same spot, high and away, full count.
Both easy takes.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes to the Deacon third baseman with 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the third, and Wake on top 2-0. Breaking ball outside, ball 4. 2-out base runner, and Lewis has been on base twice tonight for the Deeks.
And every time you do get on base, gives you a little bit more confidence. You know, it's odd to say that Lewis is in a bit of a slump, but he was so hot the first part of the season that he hasn't been at that same heat here in the last 6 weeks or so. But how do you break a guy out of a slump that you've never seen be in a slump? You know, there's your hitter's coach dilemma. Never seen him fail.
Now, Wake's first baseman, Jack Winay, cleanup hitter, 3 base hits last night. Game-winning RBI. First pitch to him is swung on and doggone net. I would have had 3 or 4 souvenirs this weekend.
I thought you might have brought the glove from the garage staying at Mom and Dad's this weekend.
No, they've cleaned that junk out. That stuff's gone.
And I know you got some souvenirs in there still.
Oh, man.
No hitter, perfect game.
Yeah, no hitter, nothing. Come on now. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That skips in there to Peebles.
How many perfect games?
A ball and a strike. What?
How many perfect games do we have in this booth?
1, big fella.
You got 1, yeah.
Oh.
Or I've forgotten about the 3 or 4 that I had at the same age.
Oh, come on. Where's the ball to prove that?
Yeah.
Don't have it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's Krenzel to the plate. It's outside. Another breaking ball, 2 balls and a strike to Jack Winay, who popped out to end the first inning. Top of the third here in Knoxville. Wake Forest 2, Tennessee nothing. Volunteers the 1 seed, Wake the 2 seed. And the 2-1 pitch. Fastball that's foul back in the screen. Didn't miss that one by much, did Winay?
Had a good feeling about the fastball, and he put a good rip on it, too. Pitchers win every once in a while.
2-2. About half the crowd here at Tennessee on its feet, wanting the strikeout to get out of the half inning. Top of the third with the Deeks up 2-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Krenzel's ready. Throws to first instead, and back will go Lewis. He has 4 steals on the year. Been caught once. We'll try the 2-2 again. Krenzel comes set and deals. Fastball high, full count.
Betcha Bucky goes now.
2 outs. Lewis down at first, full count at the plate.
You don't even sniff the bait anymore, do you?
And the payoff. Runner goes, swing and a foul down the left side, and booted there by Bill Salento. He'll get booed for that, and he does. Ask him about it after the game.
Okay.
If
Under
Wake,
the right circumstances.
Yeah. If Wake wins. He graciously talks to us after every game. Win, lose, draw. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We re-rack. Another payoff pitch coming. And here it is. Fastball is just nipped foul at the plate.
Did you notice how we did the post game last night? At home plate with the screen in between us, reaching over a table.
I did not.
And somebody tried to kick us out in the middle of it. We're trying to clear the stadium, sir.
Really unhappy after that Wake win last night. Okay. Going to do this again. Runner at first, 2 outs for Wake. 3-2 count to the hitter at the plate. Jack Winay, plenty of power. What's he going to get? Here is the 3-2 pitch, fastball, pull foul down the third base line and into the netting. Wow, he hit that one hard, turned on it, had a lot of top spin. Just a tad ahead of the pitch.
93-mile-an-hour fastball, so he's getting more and more locked in on it. So now the cat and mouse game goes one more step. Is he going to throw him a breaking ball after seeing what great contact he made with the fastball, or will he try to get it by him inside again?
3 balls, 2 strikes. Jack Winay digs back in there. And here's the payoff. Pitch to the plate, ripped right at the second baseman who was behind second base. High throw to first, but Fisher comes down with a foot on the bag. Whoa! That just about went into the seats. But as it stands, it's an out, and the side is retired. Excitement here in the top of the third. We played 2.5 as we take the break by giving you the score here in Knoxville. Still, Wake Forest 2, Tennessee nothing.
Whether it's a big-time win or you're making a comeback, a Legacy Federal Credit Union is on your team. Need a car loan or want to switch to a free checking account? How about consolidating your student loans or starting that business you always wanted? At a Legacy, we help our members pursue their goals and achieve financial wins. Member-owned and focused, we're proud to offer personal guidance that helps you keep a healthy perspective on your finances through good times, tough times, and even game time. Learn more today at alegacy.org.
Deacon Nation, this is your new head football coach, Jake Dickert. I cannot tell you how excited, proud, and honored I am to be the next head football coach here at Wake Forest. Season tickets for 2025 are now on sale and start at just $149. Get yours today at godeeks.com/tickets and join me in Deektown. I'll see you at a Legacy Stadium this fall to kick off a new era of Wake Forest football. Thank you for your continued support, and go Deeks.
Bottom of the third inning in Knoxville. Bottom of the Wake of the Tennessee order, rather. Clark, Peebles, and Marin. 2-0 Wake Forest on a 2-run home run from Matt Conti in the second inning. Wake's 15th of the regional. Unbelievable power display by the Deacons here in Knoxville this weekend, starting on Friday.
You understand very quickly why these are the 2 top home run teams in the country.
Here's Levi Clark, the DH. First pitch to him is a fastball that sails high and in ball 1 from Griffin Green, Wake's starter tonight. His first start of the season, Virginia Tech transfer. Working from the stretch, and the pitch, look out, that hits Clark above the waist, so a good start to the Tennessee third.
You gotta love the boos, because absolutely the one thing you really want to do to start an inning off is drill the first guy. 7th hitter in the lineup. That's the game plan.
So Clark aboard, he'll feel that tomorrow. Now Cannon Peebles, the catcher, will stand in to hit. Gotta watch out for him. 11 home runs on the year. I think Tennessee with 9 hitters with double-digit home runs. Pitch to the plate, outside, not close. Fastball at 92. 1 on, nobody out. Bottom third in Knoxville. 2-0 Wake Forest leading Tennessee. Miami of Ohio and Cincinnati were also part of this regional. And the 1-0. Fastball is high and outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. Clark down at first for Tennessee. Man, the pitch. Again high. 3 balls, no strikes. Another fastball that missed the target.
Well, not by much closer than the pitch that drilled Clark, but danger mounting.
Green comes set. Checks on Clark to the plate. Fastball missed. Very close. Walked him on 4 pitches. 2 on and nobody out here in the Tennessee third.
And how many times do we talk, Stan, about the way you build big innings is by the lower part of the order getting on and setting the table for the run producers.
Well, here comes Manny Marin, the third baseman, with 2 on, and again, nobody out. Number 9 hitter for Tennessee. Had 1 base hit last night, reached on an error and scored. Even with the bag at third for Wake is Lewis. Green from the stretch and the pitch. Squaring to bunt is Marin. Lays it down and it's a perfect bunt. Everybody's safe. Bases loaded, nobody out on the infield bunt single off the bat of Manny Marin.
Jack Winay was in on the infield at first base. Lewis was back a little bit, about even with the bag, and as soon as the ball went down, he went to cover third. No chance for Green to get over there. It was a great bunt.
And now the top of the Tennessee order, and the shortstop Gavin Keelan, who hit it hard to lead off the Tennessee first inning. He ripped it right to Williams, though, in center field, and out comes Tom Walter for Wake Forest out of the dugout.
Well, Walter said he'd have been thrilled with 4. He made the sign. He got 2, but Green will leave with the bases loaded.
Yeah, Wake Forest with a pitching change here in the third. We'll take a quick timeout. The new Demon Deacon hurler when we return as you listen to Wake Forest baseball from Learfield.
Whether it's on the baseball diamond or at your home, it's important to have your bases covered by someone you trust. Lucky for Deacon fans, Sutton Brothers has you covered at home. Heating and air, covered. Electrical, covered. Plumbing, that's right, covered. At Sutton Brothers, one call does it all. A proud partner of the Deeks, trust the locally owned and operated experts at Sutton Brothers for your home's comfort and emergency needs. Remember, one call and Sutton Brothers has your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical bases covered.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, we keep you moving, achieving, striving, with care that's easier and more accessible, so you can live fully. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons.
Well, for Wake Forest, Griffin Green's night is over. Zach Johnston comes out of the bullpen for the Deeks, the 6'5 junior from Maine. So his 21st appearance, second appearance of the regional. He's 2-1 with a 7.04 ERA.
Now he strikes out a hitter an inning, got 24 in 23 innings. He's walked 13 in the course of that span. Elevated ERA, but of course that can happen with just 1 or 2 bad appearances for a reliever, but a guy that Tom Walter hopes can get a strikeout or a ground ball. Keep the ball in the infield.
Bases loaded for Tennessee after a hit batsman, a walk, and a bunt single. From the bottom of the order, and now back to the top. And here's Keelan, again, who lined out to center back in the first.
Now, they hit some balls hard the first time around.
And Keelan was one who really tagged one, but right at Javar Williams in center field. So again, Clark at third, Peoples at second, Marin at first, nobody out in Tennessee third, and Wake on top of the Volunteers here 2-0. As Keelan climbs in. Junior from Milton, Wisconsin. Louisville transfer. The former Cardinal stands at the ready. Lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch is swung on. Bounce to second base. Onto the bag is Houston for one. Then he throws to first for the out. And there are 2 down.
First pitch thrown one more time for the double play. Wake Forest will gladly give up the run for 2 outs to try to avoid a big inning situation.
Now Clark comes home to score. It's 2-1. Now runners on a runner at third for Tennessee, and 2 down.
And one more time, good defensive positioning by the coaching staff of Wake Forest.
Now Fisher, who walked in the first inning, pitch to him is on the inside corner for a strike. Well, I basically didn't see the play.
Yeah,
because I'm on my tiptoes as high as I can get, and I can't see home plate.
Somebody's putting a good screw
right now. Here's the 0-1 at the plate. That's off the plate, I guess. A ball and a strike.
You want to switch?
Oh, man.
I've got a small window here.
You don't mean literally.
Yeah.
Looking through the bodies here. And the 1-1. Lets it go by, called strike. Vols have gotten a run. They've got the tying run at third after Wake's second double play of the game. Wake had the shift on, and ball rolled to Houston, tagged the bag, threw to first for the out. Pitch to the plate's inside, and it's 2-2.
Duncan Marston still throwing in the bullpen for Wake Forest. Thanks to you folks out there for the help.
Wake still with the shift on. 3 infielders between first and second. The 2-2 from Johnston with a runner at third is on the way. That's a fastball that's low, full count.
Boy, tough pitch to take.
3 balls, 2 strikes to the Volunteer first baseman. A run in here in the third inning. Wake's lead trimmed to 2-1. And the payoff pitch swung on and missed, and he missed it a foot. It was a high breaking ball, and Fisher bit. The side retired. The Vols get a run. We go to the 4th inning in Knoxville now with a score. Wake Forest 2, Tennessee 1.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, we keep you moving, achieving, striving, with care that's easier and more accessible, so you can live full. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons.
For up-to-date breaking news on the Deacs, there's no better source than GoDeacs.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeacs.com provides detailed content of results of all Deacon sports teams, with innovative photos, live game and coaches show broadcasts, and in-depth interviews about the Deacons. GoDeacs.com is your complete online source for sports news when you just have to know. Visit GoDeacs.com and make it your homepage each time you log on to the internet. Go to the source, GoDeacs.com.
Well, the Deacs give up a run. Could have been worse. Tennessee had the bases loaded there, but the double play ball and then the strikeout. And
bases loaded, nobody out. You get out of it with one. You're pretty happy about things.
Exactly. So to the top of the 4th we go in a 2-1 game. Wake on top of the Volunteers here in Knoxville. Wentz, Costello, and Hawk due to face Krenzel, Tennessee's second pitcher of the night. Braden Krenzel came on to replace A.J. Russell after the 2-run homer by Conti in the Deacons' second. got the ground ball and has since allowed only one base runner when he walked Lewis in the third inning. Here's Wentz to lead it off, left-handed hitter. And the pitch. There's a fastball strike, 0-1. One pitch now. Swing and a foul tip on a breaking ball, 0-2. Quickly, Krenzel now ahead of Wentz as we start the fourth inning.
You know, you want to say to the Deke hitters, you don't have to try for the home run, but it's been so much a part of their attack that they're trying to hit them.
0-2. Wake has hit 15 homers. That's off the plate for a ball. 15. 115 for the season. 1-2 pitch inside, 2-2. Another breaking ball. Third highest total ever at Wake, behind the 130 a couple of years ago and 122 back in 22. Pitch inside, fastball, call strike 3 on the inside corner.
Yeah, Wentz thought it might have been inside. He said it wasn't a strike earlier, but he's on his way back to the bench.
Second strikeout for Krenzel. Had to go to a different pin there. Ran out. Here's Costello. Ground ball shortstop. Couple of hops up in the eyes of Keelan. Throw to first for the out, and they're 2 down.
Now we'll see maybe the famous Wake Forest offensive timeout. There's a chance for that. 2 quick outs.
And Austin Hawk at the plate. He struck out swinging in the second. Russell got him. Hawk tries to bunt. Foul tip in the mitt, 0-1. Tried to surprise Tennessee with nobody on and 2 outs here in the fourth inning. Wake's got the shift on to the left side of the infield. Outfield at medium to shallow depth. There's the 0-1. That's a fastball strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Tennessee trying to get back in the dugout in a hurry. Krenzel looks into Peebles and is ready. Here's the 0-2. Fastball is up and out of the mid of Peebles back to the screen.
That's an easy one to take.
Yeah. Way up in Hawk's eyes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the fourth inning. Wake Forest leading Tennessee here in Knoxville 2-1. 1-2 pitch fouled at the plate. We'll reload the 1-2 count.
Last thing as I'm walking off the field and heading upstairs is I peek into that photographer's well and tell the Wake Forest videographers, don't get hit down here tonight, and that one almost did.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Krenzel deals. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch way outside, and Hawk is out on strikes for the second time tonight. We take the timeout. We've played 3.5 in Knoxville with a score. Wake Forest 2, Tennessee 1.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
Bottom of the fourth inning here in Knoxville with Wake Forest leading the Volunteers 2-1. regional championship game on this Monday. First pitch was originally set for 8 last night, then they moved it back to 6 p.m. Glad you're along on the supper time run, and Wake Forest and Tennessee battling for a right to go to the Super Regionals next week in Fayetteville, Arkansas, to face the Arkansas Razorbacks. And so far, Wake with a 1-run lead as we get to the Tennessee fourth.
You have been to Fayetteville before.
Been a couple times with basketball. That's a hog heaven town. They love their
they do.
Razorbacks, don't they?
Good city to go and sightsee, visit a lot of places.
Lots of good food there, I know that. Here's Hunter Ensley. Grounded into a double play in the first inning.
Dead hogs.
Looks at ball 1. Deeks with only one Pepsi strikeout tonight. Johnston got Fisher to end the third. Fisher was the second hitter that Johnston saw when he came in for Green. Here's the 1-0. That's fouled into the Wake dugout. Look out, Deeks. Off to the hitter's left. 1-1 to Hunter Ensley, the center fielder again for Tennessee tonight. Wake with 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 a 2-run homer. Tennessee 1 run on 1 base hit. Pitch to the plate's outside. 2 balls and a strike. Hit belongs to Marin on a bunt single. That's it. Couple of walks. Clark was hit. He eventually came home to score. There's a pitch to the plate, off the plate. 3 balls and a strike.
Zach Slim Johnston. A little bit erratic with the delivery right now. Just got to take a moment, pause, reset, get yourself back together.
Leadoff hitter for Tennessee, Hunter Ensley, ahead in the count. 3 balls and a strike. Johnston, the lefty, deals off speed, swing and a miss. Big cut from Ensley. .345 hitter on the year, 10 home runs, 62 runs driven in. That's tied with Fisher for the team lead for the Volunteers. And a 3-2 pitch is fouled out of play right side. That was a fastball. Wake's defense straight away deep in left for Costello. And Ensley ready. Here's the payoff pitch. Outside with a fastball. The leadoff walk for Tennessee.
You talk all the time, Stan, about free 90s and so on and so forth, but it's the timing of them that is just as important. And when you do it with the leadoff man via the walk or hitting a batter, whatever the case may be, error, anything that's a free 90 to the leadoff man's a bad way to start an inning.
Yeah, second straight inning that Tennessee's gotten the leadoff man aboard. Clark in the third got hit. Now Ensley has walked. Here's Bargo, the cleanup hitter. First pitch is fouled off of his foot at the plate. He'll have to walk that one off. Bargo led off the second with a slow roller to first that Winay fielded and flipped to the pitcher Green for the out. Now Johnston on the mound for Wake after coming in for Green with runners on base in the third inning. Induced a double play ball and got a strikeout. Tennessee got a run to cut Wake's lead in half. It's now 2-1 Wake Forest here, bottom of the fourth. And here's Bargo. Again, the count 0-1 to the left-handed hitter. Lefty-lefty matchup. Fastball strike on the outside corner at 91 miles an hour, and it's 0-2.
Was looking for the big sweeper that struck out Fisher. Instead got a fastball on the inside corner.
Wake has shifted its infield to the right a bit. And the 0-2 to Bargo. Slow curveball, he knew it. Strike on the outside corner, and he's retired.
Yeah, that was the big sweeper, and he was anticipating fastball, and so he stood there and watched it go by.
Pepsi strikeout number 2 for Johnston. He stood there like what? The house by the side of the road and watched it go by.
Thank you, Mr. Harwell, for all those wonderful years of great Detroit Tiger baseball.
Well, Bargo is out on strikes. Now Curley, who grounded out to short back in the second inning. Johnson is ready and deals. That's inside. Breaking ball, ball one. Ensley down at first base for Tennessee. 2-1 Wake here in the bottom of the fourth. Balls with one on, one out. And Dean Curley, the second baseman, at the plate. 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike. Fastball. That levels the count at 1-1.
A little bit of run to that.
Tight game last night. Wake wins in walk-off fashion 7-6. Another tight one here, 2-1 Wake in the fourth. Johnston checks the runner, comes home, floats another one. This one high, though. 2 balls and a strike.
Literally walk-off fashion.
Yeah, bases loaded walk. 4 straight balls to Jack Winay with the bases loaded. Nobody out. And Wake won at 7-6. To get here, another chance. Got to beat Tennessee twice. Here's the 2-1. That sails high. 3 balls and a strike. Curley backs out of the box. Clock's running. He stands in there now. He's adjusted everything he's got on him. And he's ready. Here's the 3-1 pitch to the plate. Oh, that was close. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, maybe a bit low.
And Connie held it there an extra 2 or 3 seconds. And now they're talking it over, he and Casey Mosier.
So Curley down to first, second walk given up by Johnston. Ensley down to second. Here's Chapman, who grounded out to in the second, a roller to second base. Still 1 out in the Tennessee fourth. Pitch to the plate. Fastball inside, ball 1. Ball's got the bases loaded already once tonight. Double play ball, then induced. A run scored, but Tennessee had a great chance that kind of went by the wayside, just getting one. Now the 1-0 is on the way. That is in for a strike. Really off speed. That floated in there 75 miles an hour.
Yeah, interesting to see Johnston go to his breaking ball, a big sweeper, for a control pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike. Johnston checks on the runner at second. Shoves for home, and that's a fastball that's fouled at the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Chapman has 52 runs driven in on the year. He hits .282 for the season. Runner in scoring position here with 1 out. There are 2 on, and the pitch. That gets away from the catcher, Conti, and digging for third and digging for second to the Volunteers, both safe. Ensley to third, Curley to second. Count's going to go to 2-2 at the plate.
It kind of seemed like that ball just went off the glove of Conti. I was a little surprised that he threw it to second base. Thought he might get the backside man, but...
First base open, count now 2-2. And the pitch off the plate, ball 3.
Yeah, first base open, but you really want to get this left-hander.
We've called that a wild pitch a pitch ago. Didn't look too wild to me. It was close. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2-1 Wake here in the fourth. And the pitch to the plate. Here's a little slow roller to the right side. Going to be tough. Safe at first base. Run scores. Hawk was deep at second base. The slow roller, no way he could get to it. Tennessee ties it on the infield single. And still Volunteers on the corners with one away.
Well, check swing, and so there's nothing you can do about that. That's just a freak baseball play. The problem is that you put men on second and third and got them into scoring position so that the check swing scored the run. Tom Walter out, crosses the foul line, makes the sign to the bullpen.
Yeah, so Johnston's night is over, and Tennessee hoping it's not through yet here in the fourth. We'll take the timeout. New Wake Forest hurler on the other side as we take the break with a new score here in Knoxville. Wake Forest 2, Tennessee 2.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
Well, Johnston is out. Duncan Marston is in for Wake, 6'3" freshman Californian. This will be just his 8th appearance. He's 2-0, 6.52 ERA.
Yeah, a guy that's got a world of ability, a very mature young man, one of the, as we've said many times, one of the 4 players Wake Forest trotted out on media day to represent his class and his team. And he's a good guy with a moving fastball to get a ground ball to try to get Wake Forest out of this situation. Tough break for Johnston because he made a good pitch, got a check swing, and just a little nubber that found its way into the right spot. And that's happened a couple of times this evening already to Wake Forest.
So Tennessee has clawed its way back from a 2-run deficit after a 2-run homer. Tennessee has scored 1 in the third, 1 here in the fourth. Balls on the corners and 1 away for Levi Clark, the designated hitter.
I watched a little bit of Independence Day today, so I did not think Tennessee would go quietly into the night.
Hey, folks, I'm just being honest. We're doing the best we can. We're looking through people. It's hard to... I can't see home plate right now.
Appreciate the enthusiasm, but...
Here's
watching the game on the move.
Here's Clark from the stretch. Marston, runners on the corners. First pitch is popped up, foul ground right side and out of play. 94-mile-an-hour heater from Marston fresh into the game.
And everybody on their feet. I mean, all the way down the third baseline behind home plate, all the way down the right field line, and directly in front of us. And they ain't little.
No balls in a strike, the count to Clark. Right-handed hitter, righty-righty matchup here. Long pause at the belt. Now he throws. Fastball strike on the inside corner.
Good job running the pitch clock down. Corey Mascara and I had a long talk about holding the baseball to freeze the runner.
Count should be 0-2, should it not?
Yes, it should. Yeah. Foul ball and a strike.
Now the scoreboard catches up. Marston ready again from the stretch with runners on the corners. Pitch to the plate is a fastball that's lifted down the right field line. Twisting foul. Long run by Wake Scannell over there in right field. And ball's going to land finally out of play.
Not sure you could have seen that one with nobody in the stands, though.
Yeah, that disappeared down the right field line. Count will stay 0-2. A run in for Tennessee. 2 on, 1 out. 2-2 game, bottom of the fourth. Marston's ready again. Kick and the pitch, foul straight back. As the Tennessee DH stays alive, he was hit by a pitch and came home on the double play ball back in the third inning to get Tennessee off the snide, got its first run. Tennessee has its second run here in the fourth, hoping for more. It would give Tennessee the lead if the Volunteers can score again. 0-2 pitch, runner goes from first. Ball gets away from the catcher, Conti. Coming home from third to score is Curley, and then all the way down to, again, second base on the pitch went Chapman, and Tennessee leads it 3-2 now.
Well, not a lot Conti could do about that one. The ball was buried in front of home plate. And it was a good jump out at third base by Curley. He was on his front foot. He was ready. And when he saw that ball in the dirt, he was off.
Going to score that a wild pitch. The count now a ball and 2 strikes with the ball's up 3-2. Marston checks at second. Now to the plate with a breaking ball. Not even close. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I've just got to stop the bleeding now. Try to get out of Dodge.
2 runs in. Tennessee leads 3-2, home half of the fourth. 1 on, 1 out. Pitch to the plate, and it hit him. Clark takes one in the shoulder, and now Tennessee with 2 base runners. Second time he's been hit tonight. And Clark didn't like it. He stops to have a chat with Wake catcher Conti. And quickly the Tennessee coaches come out to get Chapman and escort him down to first base.
I think Conti was going for the ball that rolled down the first baseline. And Clark might have felt him following behind. Now Corey Muscara is going to come out to try to calm everybody down. The umpires are going to gather in between home plate. The fans are crazy thinking that you're hitting our guys, but absolutely zero reason to hit a batter intentionally in that kind of situation, and they're going to warn both teams.
Yeah, Tom Walter comes out of the Wake dugout. Tony Vitello down to our right from the Tennessee dugout, as the umpires are just having a chat of like, hey, let's just make sure we keep this thing between the white lines. 3-2 Tennessee. Volunteers have a couple runs here in the fourth. And now runners at first and second, still just 1 away for the number 8 hitter, Cannon Peebles, who has terrific power. He walked and was stranded at third back in the third inning.
Tony Vitello still out on the field arguing, wondering why he's being talked to.
Well, it was his player, Clark, that on his way to first stopped, and he was engaging the Wake players.
Now, unless there was some chirping going on that we didn't know about from behind, but Conti was going after the baseball, which rolled straight up the first base line about 8 feet.
All right, to the plate for Tennessee. Here's Peebles, who walked again and was stranded in the third. From the stretch, Marston ready to go with Volunteers at first and second with 1 out and 2 runs in. Pitch to the plate. Check swing did not go. The appeal made down to third. It's 1-0.
I will say you've got to be pretty silly to not know that he's having trouble throwing strikes.
1-0 here to the catcher, Peebles. Left-handed hitter. Marston checks on the runners and shoves 4 home. The pitch inside, ball 2. Fastball off target. Second scoring inning in a row for Tennessee to take the lead away from Wake. It's 3-2 Vols. And Marston with a 2-0 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. Big cut from Peebles, and he can hit it out without question. He has, again, 11 home runs on the year.
A high fastball with some movement on it at 97 miles per hour, and as it's moving away, you're not going to pull that pitch.
2 balls and a strike. Marston readies. He looks into Conti. Checks the runners and comes home. Another fastball fouled out of play down the left side. (3-2) Tennessee, bottom of the fourth in Knoxville. Winner to the Super Regionals. Loser's season is over. Vols with 2 on, 1 out. 2 runs in the inning to take the lead over the Deacons. Marston's ready. And a 2-2 pitch, a fastball that misses just barely. Outside corner that runs the count full.
Did not miss by much. Good patience at the plate.
Chapman down at second for Tennessee. Clark at first. 3-2 count. Marston's payoff pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, and got him. That was a 96-mile-an-hour heater. A big-time Pepsi strikeout, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, when all else fails, go to what you do best. And that was a fastball with some run to it. Started it in the middle, got it away. Great pitch by Marston.
Well, Johnston struck out Bargo. Now Marston gets Peebles. Those are the 2 outs. Here's the number 9 hitter, Marin, who had that terrific bunt single back in the 3rd that got Green chased from the game. First pitch to him is lifted into pretty deep right field. Back will go Williams, and Scannell gone. Home run for the number 9 hitter, Manny Marin. A 3-run shot. And Tennessee explodes to a 6-2 lead here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Now, just a little bit of inexperience. You get a big strikeout on a man. You think, all right, I got a good fastball. I'm just going to throw this one down the middle, try and get it by him. It's 94 miles per hour, and it gets turned around, and all of a sudden you're down 4.
For the Volunteers, home run number 127. And just the 3rd for Marin, the 3rd baseman. Top of the Tennessee order, here's Keelan. First ball is fouled over the right side.
And a 5-run inning on 2 base hits.
And partner, I got to give you credit. We were walking into the ballpark and you said, I'm a little uneasy about Tennessee's power game that I think the Vols might unleash tonight. Well, there's one salvo. Wake's got one as well, but that one with 2 on, a 3-run blast, and a 6-2 advantage for the Vols here in the bottom of the 4th. And Keelan at the plate with 2 down. And the 1-1 from Marston. It's a fastball outside.
Well, and you wonder if the hit by pitch didn't increase the energy of the entire situation and work in Tennessee's favor.
Here's the 2-1. Fastball outside, 3 balls and a strike. It's a bloodthirsty crowd.
That looked like a pretty good pitch.
It did. The Vol fans want it all. They won it all last year in Omaha. 3-1. That's pounded into right field, base hit. And will come Scannell to field the baseball. So another base runner with 2 down.
And at 96. So that's what Marston can do. Have to learn that you can't just throw him down the middle. Now, Tom Walter going to come out and go to home plate. He's going to have a conversation with Casey Mosier, and it's an interesting reaction from the crowd. Probably squaring away the amount of trips to the mound that they have, seeing what's available. And that's a good way to delay things and give Marston a chance to catch his breath a little bit without sending your pitching coach or catcher all the way out to the mound.
Home run he gave up. First one of the season. Here's Fisher, the lefty, has struck out and walked tonight. And the first pitch is a strike. Nope. Fastball missed on the outside part of the plate. Looked good from here. What I saw of it anyway.
It came up tails as the coin came down.
I was looking through an elbow past a cap and an iPhone and a ponytail.
And it moved.
Yeah. The ponytail moved and I missed it. Here's the 1-0 off speed, swing and a miss. You can see that swing from Cherokee Bluff. That was a cut by Fisher.
Yeah. What's out that way, far right? What's the next city over?
Bearden.
Okay. That's where he was trying to hit it.
Bearden community, yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marston comes set to the plate. Ground ball foul, right side.
Good breaking pitch. Backdoor slider would be a magnificent pitch in this situation. I'm not quite sure Marston is at the level yet where he's going to throw a lot of those.
6-2 Tennessee, bottom of the fourth. 5 runs here in the Volunteer half of the inning. And the 1-2. High fly ball, deep right field, and out of Lindsey Nelson Stadium. A 2-run blow from Fisher. And Tennessee blows it open at 8-2.
Yeah, again, 95 miles per hour, but it's big boy baseball, and they catch up to those, especially in their own ballpark. This kind of an atmosphere, you're super juiced. You get a little bit of a quicker bat, and he turned on it. Didn't make it by much. Good effort by Scannell to get up the wall and try to bring it back, but 10.5 feet is the size of that wall, and he couldn't get to the top of it.
A 7-run Tennessee fourth. For the second time in the inning, here's Ensley, the center fielder, who led off with a walk, and that got this thing going. He squares to bunt, lets it go by, ball bounces in there, ball 1. 2 home runs in the inning. One a 3-1 blast from Marin, one a 2-run shot from Fisher just now. And it is 8-2 Tennessee here in the fourth inning. 1-0 pitch. That is a breaking ball, and for a strike, and it's 1-1. See if that tamps the crowd down just a tad. Volunteer fans are juiced here in Knoxville. Why would you not be? And the Marston 1-1. Off speed, swing and a miss, 1-2. There are 2 outs, nobody on after the home run. But 7 runs here in the Volunteer fourth have erased a 2-1 Wake lead, and it's now 8-2 Tennessee. Off speed, check swing. He did go around, and that will end the inning. So Ensley strikes out. That'll do it here in the fourth, but 7 runs for Tennessee and 2 big home runs for the Volunteers. We go to the 5th here in Knoxville as we take the break by giving you the new score. Tennessee 8, Wake Forest 2.
He bounces out to the right, gets a block, dives at the 2, into the end zone, down to our right. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
Wake Forest football season tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action as the Deeks take the field this fall under new head coach Jake Dickert. Season ticket options start at just $149. Get your tickets today at godeeks.com/tickets and join us in Deektown. We'll see you at a Legacy Stadium this fall to kick off the Jake Dickert era of Wake Forest football. Go Deeks!
Whether it's a big-time win or you're making a comeback, a Legacy Federal Credit Union is on your team. Need a car loan or want to switch to a free checking account? How about consolidating your student loans or starting that business you always wanted? At a Legacy, we help our members pursue their goals and achieve financial wins. Member-owned and focused, we're proud to offer personal guidance that helps you keep a healthy perspective on your finances through good times, tough times, and even game time. Learn more today at alegacy.org.
Well, brand new ball game, and Wake trails by 6 here in Knoxville against the number 1 seed Tennessee. What an inning the Volunteers had. 7 runs propelled by 2 big home runs. And here we are.
Decibel level really went up in this place during that inning. Now, what do you have to do in this situation? You've played 4 innings, you chip away. You've got 5 innings left. Nothing to say that you can't hit 3 home runs of your own in this ballpark, in this situation.
Here's Conti, Wake's catcher, to lead it off, takes a strike at the knees. Good fastball. Yeah, now they sit down. We can see. I get it, man. I get it. Here's the 0-1. It's outside. Ball and a strike.
Love the enthusiasm.
Conti with a 2-run home run for Wake back in the second. That's where the Deacon runs came from. Ball and a strike. Krenzel still on the mound for Tennessee. Breaking ball swing and a miss. Miss that one a foot.
at least.
Tennessee now with 128 home runs on the year. And the 1-2. Fastball that's pounded to deep center. Deepest part of the park, though. Ensley right at the track makes the catch, one down.
Yeah, hit it really well and pull it a little bit, push it a little bit. You got a chance, but not straight away.
So 5 Deacons have been retired consecutively by Krenzel. Bottom of the Wake order, Javar Williams, 0 for 1 with a ground out. He had a 2-run home run last night as Wake beat Tennessee 7-6. First pitch to him, breaking ball off the plate, ball 1. Top of the 5th inning, Knoxville, Tennessee, 8-2 Tennessee lead. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball strike inside corner, 1-1. And a quiet now as Krenzel delivers the 1-1 low into the dirt. Breaking ball that broke way too much. 2 balls and a strike. Last night's win by Wake over Tennessee, the first loss suffered by Tony Vitello as the head coach in the regionals at home. As the Deacons walked him off. 2-1 pitch off the plate, another breaking ball, 3-1. So trying to get another streak going here. And a 6-run lead at home at Lindsey Nelson Stadium on a beautiful day here in early June. Here's the 3-1. Fastball strike at the belt, 3-2.
Shift had been on for Javar Williams. 3 men on the right side. Now Killing goes back to shortstop.
And everybody else straight away in the Tennessee defense. Payoff pitch, foul. Look out, Wake. That's his far side of the Deacon dugout, right against the fence. Comes in fast. It usually leaves fast. 3-2, Krenzel ready. And the pitch, fastball, wow. Just outside. Looked good, but not good enough. And a 1-out walk for the Deeks here in the visiting half of the 5th inning. Second walk delivered by Krenzel. Now to the top of the Deacon order. Here's Scannell, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball out. Tennessee at double play depth here. Krenzel works from the stretch with Williams at first. And the pitch. Breaking ball, ball 1. Must have been outside. So 1-0 the count. Krenzel checks on the runner. Runner goes. Williams takes off. Pitch to the plate is high, and the tag is a bit late as Williams gets the steal. Got a great jump. Able to slide under the tag head first.
And it looks like we might get an appeal on it.
15th as it stands. Stolen base for Javar Williams. And again, he got a really good jump on Krenzel. I said he barely looked at him. This far away, he certainly didn't turn his head or his shoulders. He might have had the snake eye on him, but Tennessee will officially challenge.
To my eyeballs,
the play at second.
To my eyeballs, he looked out. Now I got a question for you. They're telling the infielders they can't stand together and talk, but the outfielders are. I don't get that.
Us outfielders stick together. Or we outfielders.
Now they're telling the outfielders.
Now why, you tell me, why would that be?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's, why would you see a guy take 2 steps out of the dugout and throw him out of the game because he's got a hard hat he got in the dugout after hitting a home run and make him miss the first game of a super regional? Stupidest thing I've ever heard of a ruling that came out of the Duke game.
Yeah, that was last night, right?
Yeah.
Supposed to be fun.
Garcia.
Quick quick decision made on the replay here.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Tennessee loses one challenge, has one remaining.
So a stolen base for Javar Williams. He is called safe, his 15th steal. So he is at second base with one out. 2-0 count to the plate, and the hitter, Matt Scannell. And the pitch. Fastball is wild outside, 3-0. 8-2 Tennessee here in the fifth inning.
Got a message. We were talking about the runs and everything else. Got a message from our good friend Don Munson last night. Said there were 10 games in regionals where if you scored 10 runs, you lost.
That's crazy. 3-0 pitch. Glides in for a strike, 3-1.
As Clemson was eliminated after making 7 errors in their ball game.
3 balls and a strike to the Deacon leadoff man, the right fielder Scannell, with the Volunteers up 8-2 here in the fifth inning. And the pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball, 3-2. Swung right through it.
He was trying to put 2 quick ones on the board. You don't have to overswing tonight. It's flying.
Scannell struck out twice last night, once already tonight. 3-2 pitch. Fouled at the plate. Scannell just does stay alive.
Perfect bunt coming off his body.
Tennessee got 7 runs in the bottom of the fourth to blow the game open here at 8-2. And we are in the fifth. Wake Forest with 1 on, 1 out. 3-2 count to the leadoff hitter Scannell. And the pitch, fastball fouled into the screen. We'll reload the 3-2. I got a text about the house by the side of the road.
I'll bet I know who that came from.
I bet you're right. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball that's hit to left center, pretty deep. Hensley on his horse. He will watch this one bounce over the fence for a home run. 2-run shot for Scannell. And it's now 8-4.
Just to the right of the 385 mark, hit off the top of a trailer that's parked out there right next to the batting cage. And as we said, the ball is jumping in this ballpark tonight. I've been corrected. It's a bathroom out there, Stan, that ball bounced on top of.
Wow. Second home run of the game for the Deacs. Now 16 in this regional.
That was a long one.
Yeah, Scannell popped it out, and Hensley, that's the, very deep part of the ballpark, just right of the 385 sign in the kind of corner out there created by the left field fence and the left center field fence. Vitello's going to come out, and when he comes out, tonight at least, that's been it.
Yeah, there's been action in their bullpen for a while, so there's the sign.
All right, we'll have a new Tennessee pitcher. We'll take a quick timeout. The new Vol on the other side as you listen to Wake Baseball from Learfield.
Whether it's a big-time win or you're making a comeback, a Legacy Federal Credit Union is on your team. Need a car loan or want to switch to a free checking account? How about consolidating your student loans or starting that business you always wanted? At a Legacy, we help our members pursue their goals and achieve financial wins. Member-owned and focused, we're proud to offer personal guidance that helps you keep a healthy perspective on your finances through good times, tough times, and even game time. Learn more today at alegacy.org.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
But Tennessee goes to the bullpen. Dylan Lloyd comes out, 6-foot sophomore from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. The starter from last night. How about that?
Yeah, so all hands on deck really means be ready. If you've got your spikes on, you've got a chance to be in one of these games. Lloyd with a fastball about 88, slider, curveball, changeup. Everybody's got an idea what he can do. A lot of spin, a lot of breaking balls from Lloyd. That's what it is we're looking for. So if it starts out in the lower part of the strike zone, let it go, because chances are it's going to run out of there.
Lloyd last night in the start went 1 1/3, gave up a hit, an earned run, struck out a couple, walked one. Threw 21 pitches before Tony Vitello came and got him.
Yeah, it was that one throw over to first base, though, that really got him in the doghouse.
What was the count? The count was 1-2.
1-2.
And he threw to first, check on the runner, and he got pulled. Yeah.
So, sometimes they'll give you the sign from the bench to throw over with that intent, just to take some more time to give the guy in the bullpen time to warm up. But it was an odd situation.
Well, Scannell, fresh off the home run, his second of the regional, paves way for Merrick Houston with the bases clean. First pitch grounded to third base, there to get it Marin. Long throw across the diamond for the out, and quickly 2 away on one pitch from Lloyd.
Well, Merrick Houston thinking that he might get a fastball that he could unload on, and got the fastball, just couldn't unload.
Tennessee got 7 in the 4th. Wake Forest 2 back here in the 5th. 8-4, though, Volunteers. Tennessee 8 runs on 5 hits. Wake 4 runs on 4. And 2 outs for Lewis, who's been on base twice, a double and a walk. Stranded both times. First pitch kind of flailed at, missed a breaking ball, 0-1.
Not his best swing of the year.
No, he would tell you that. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Another breaking ball called strike. Watch that one sail by, 0-2. Lloyd, the lefty's ready. From the windup to the plate. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Catcher Peebles drops it, picks it back up, fires to first for the out. And a strikeout will end the 5th for the Deacs. We played 4.5 in Knoxville. We head to the bottom of the inning with a score now in Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Tennessee 8, Wake Forest 4.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, we keep you moving, achieving, striving, with care that's easier and more accessible, so you can live fully. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons.
It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box, so let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Bottom of the 5th inning in Knoxville, with Tennessee leading here at its home stadium 8-4 in the Knoxville Regional Final, 7th Regional Final for Wake Forest over the years. Wake played back here in 2001, went 1-1 against Tennessee. Got a new pitcher out there for the Deacs?
Indeed we do. Looks to be Joe Areola, number 42, tall, slim left-hander.
Yeah, 6'2 junior from New York State. Becomes the 4th pitcher of the day for the Deacs.
And I know I overuse this, but again, it comes back to throwing strikes. Always about throwing strikes.
He'll get the middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6. Bargo, Curley, and Chapman. And Tennessee trying to pull the chute here on this Volunteer offense. Tennessee got a run in the third. Kept the momentum going in the fourth with 7. Took an 8-2 lead. Of course, Wake got the 2 back with the Scannell homer. And that's where we are, 8-4, bottom of the 5th. So here's Bargo to lead it off. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a strikeout. And Areola, the lefty's ready. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Little bunt down toward third base. Lewis charging, fields, throws, out. A little wide of the bag, but good play by Winay to reach to his left, and there's one down.
Yeah, nice job coming in hard by Lewis on a very firm bunt, and that was a situation where the 2 bases really came into play and helped out because Winay was able to reach out with his foot on first, knowing he wasn't going to get plowed into by a runner trying to hit the same spot as the runner hit the green base down there on the outside part.
So Bargo retired 5-3. That a big hop up in Lewis's eyes helped him field that bunt as Curley stands in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking ball stays high, ball 1.
You're watching the replay of that. That's also the play where the first baseman extends his arm to try to tag the runner, and the runner hits it and takes his arm. And remember, Will Craig got hurt badly that way one year.
1-0 from Areola. Fastball strike at the letters. 1-1. Wake Forest defense straight away here on the Tennessee second baseman. Curley, a right-handed hitter. Pitch to the plate. I don't know where that one was. That was a fastball. Tennessee fans wondered too.
Few with their hands out, wondering.
Yeah.
They'll take it, though.
Yeah, 2 balls and a strike. Areola looks into Conti. Kicks, deals, strike. With a fastball, 2-2.
And they'll want it when their guy throws it.
Curley turns and looks at Casey Mosier. Like, huh? 2-2. Areola with the pitch. Breaking ball fouled right side on the ground. Right by Russ Kivett. The Tennessee assistant coaching down at first. About 30 feet outside of the coach's box. I don't know why they put those things out there. None of the coaches really adhere to that box.
To let the coaches know which spot to avoid.
That's right. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on here in the Tennessee 5th. Volunteers up 4. Lights on at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, and the 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that's lifted into shallow right. Long run in from Scannell. Now he applies the brakes. Plenty of room, makes the catch, and 2 quick outs for Tennessee here in the 5th inning. So here's Reese Chapman with 2 down, the right fielder. Drove in a run with a single back in the 4th inning. Scored himself. He's also grounded out. First pitch, fastball way outside. The flags out in the outfield are absolutely still for the first time in this regional. Wind's been blowing around here on the Tennessee campus since Friday when we got here. Wake Forest has fought through the losers bracket all the way to Game 7 here on Monday. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball that misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. Wake Forest sent Miami home, Cincinnati home.
Yep.
Now trying to knock Tennessee out in its own building.
Tall order.
Yep. Got him last night, 7-6. Here's the pitch. Check swing, didn't go around. 3 balls, no strikes with 2 outs and nobody on. As Chapman stands in there for Tennessee. Areola ready, 3-0 pitch. There's a strike. Fastball right down the middle that looked like Chapman was taking from the get-go. At second base, Hawk way out in the right field grass, about 20 feet or so. Fastball fouled into the screen. Now it's 3-2. Payoff pitch due by Areola. With the bases clear here in the fifth inning. 8-4 Tennessee lead. And the pitch. Breaking ball, called strike 3. That was a dandy. And the balls go quietly here in the fifth. After 7 in the fourth, the balls go in order here in the fifth. On to the sixth we go. Tennessee 8, Wake Forest 4.
Whether it's on the baseball diamond or at your home, it's important to have your bases covered by someone you trust. Lucky for Deacon fans, Sutton Brothers has you covered at home. Heating and air, covered. Electrical, covered. Plumbing, that's right, covered. At Sutton Brothers, one call does it all. A proud partner of the Deeks, trust the locally owned and operated experts at Sutton Brothers for your home's comfort and emergency needs. Remember, one call and Sutton Brothers has your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical bases covered.
Listening to Demon Deacon Baseball exclusively on the Wake Forest Game Day app, Varsity Network app, and GoDeeks.com all season long. To join our roster of corporate partners as the Deeks push for another trip to Omaha, call Wake Forest Sports Properties today at 336-896-9719. That's 336-896-9719. Go Deeks!
We roll on to the sixth inning here in Knoxville with Tennessee at home leading 8-4. Loy back out there for the Volunteers. He'll face the middle of the Deacon order, Winne, Wentz, Costello. 18th all-time NCAA tournament appearance for the Demon Deeks, who were here in 2001 and split 2 games with Tennessee. Trying not to sweep here. After winning last night, a win would put Wake in the Super Regionals and in Tennessee's season. Same for the Volunteers. If the score would stand, Wake's season would be over and Tennessee would be off to Arkansas. Here's Winne to lead things off. And the first pitch is low, ball 1. Winne has popped out and grounded out. Winning RBI last night. Took a walk with the bases loaded. And the Deacons won 7-6. 1-0 breaking ball in at the belt for a strike, 1-1.
Complimented him on his walking ability down in the dugout. He had a little sheepish grin on his face.
I said he had a word or two for you. You walked away. Here's the 1-1. Another breaking ball fouled into the Wake dugout. A ball, 2 strikes.
Terrific bunch of kids. Really fun to be around them. Good group.
You know, we were out with them, you more than I, in the baseball season, and then the basketball team just so fun to be around. Great coaching staff. Steve Forbes called me last night after the Wake Forest win. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That misses the plate, 2-2. And now, you know, Coach Dickert, a new regime in football. It'll be fun to get to know him, the staff, and a lot of new football players come fall, and the season is less than 100 days away. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball that misses. Not by much, 3-2.
Mosier flinched just a little bit. Now the baseball players still talk about Steve Forbes with his "Let's go" chant that got people out at midnight to watch a super regional game.
Tennessee with a shift on to the left, 3-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Breaking ball at the knees gets Winne. He's retired for the 3rd time tonight. And here's 1 away. Second strikeout.
Tom Walter is out to say, did he check his swing on that? Did you call it on the swing? Because it wasn't a strike. And he just got to go back to the dugout sign from Mosier.
When Hay retired, here's Wentz. He has struck out twice tonight. And Loy is ready. The lefty bounces that one in there. 1-0. Eight strikeouts for the Tennessee pitchers here in this game already.
Well, and after watching the replay,
1-0 pitch, fouled out of play.
Of the Winay pitch, that's not a strike.
Okay.
Just saying. We're a couple pitches behind.
You know what it actually was?
Well, it was called a strike.
He called it, yeah. Here's the 1-1. That floats in there high.
See, now you just let your umpire roots show for a second there. I'm in the partisan fan broadcaster mode. You're getting all official.
Wasn't that about 12 miles down the road where I did ump from here? Way back in the day. 2-1. That stays high. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, it's the old saying, if you're any good, they'd have kept you.
Oh. Man, I was just making milkshake money. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on here in the Wake Forest 6th. There's a ball that's ripped to left field. That'll be a base hit. It will go all the way to the wall on a couple of hops. All the way to second on a dead sprint is Wentz. Slides in there. There really was no throw. And Wake with a man in scoring position here in the 6th inning with 1 down.
Did you get your all-conference ballot today? Notice in the email? There's a guy that belongs on that team right there for this tournament. Or the all-tournament team.
Yeah, Wentz has his 8th hit of the regional with that double right there. 2nd double since Friday.
He's done some damage, too.
Driven in 5 runs, so he's aboard at second. Here's Costello. He has a base hit tonight. Now a visit to the mound, and that might be it for Loy, who again was the starting pitcher last night. Didn't throw much.
And Tennessee has had people moving for a while. We're going to run out of some space in our pitcher slots at the bottom of our Bob Carpenter scorebooks.
And out with a slow walk comes Tony Vitello. Probably in search of Tennessee's 4th pitcher of the night. No signal yet. Of course, if there were one, we couldn't see it.
Young Easton and his father. Easton took his scorebook with him. Casey hears a scoring change over the PA. 9 years old.
Home plate umpire Moser out to say, all right, we're going to do this or what? Made the call yet?
Yes.
Okay. There it is. We'll take a quick timeout. Another Tennessee pitcher on the other side. 8-4 Vols here in Knoxville.
Whether it's on the baseball diamond or at your home, it's important to have your bases covered by someone you trust. Lucky for Deacon fans, Sutton Brothers has you covered at home. Heating and air, covered. Electrical, covered. Plumbing, that's right, covered. At Sutton Brothers, one call does it all. A proud partner of the Deeks, trust the locally owned and operated experts at Sutton Brothers for your home's comfort and emergency needs. Remember, one call and Sutton Brothers has your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical bases covered.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, we keep you moving, achieving, striving, with care that's easier and more accessible, so you can live fully. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons.
Tennessee goes to the bullpen and gets a local kid from about 30 minutes up the road. Tanner Franklin out of Jefferson City, Tennessee, the Jefferson County High School. That's Carson Newman country. He will come into the game, his 25th appearance, all out of the bullpen but one. He's 1-2 on the year with a 5.25 ERA.
Now you start getting to the deep part and the back end of their bullpen, and pretty easy with this guy. Just think hard. He's going to get it up to 98 or 99, and he has struck out 48 batters in 36 innings while only walking 8. So he's got very good control to go along with it. But just think hard stuff, mostly in the form of fastballs and cutters.
And again, he becomes pitcher number 4 for Tennessee. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Volunteers leading here at home 8-4, 8 runs on 5 hits. Tennessee 4 runs on, or rather Wake Forest 4 runs on 5 hits. Wentz out at second after the 1-out double. And Franklin is in for Tennessee.
14 people standing in this huge crowd of 6,000 plus, and 5 of them in front of us.
That's the way it goes. Luck of the draw. This section right in front of us, they're into
Enthusiastic.
it. They are into it.
They got the phone going and the pool play on each play going. They are into it. They're asking us about official scoring calls.
Here's Lou Costello, 1 for 2 night, single and a run scored. Runner at second again is Wentz. Pitch to the plate, a strike at 93. He'll warm up though. Big kid.
Live arm, yes sir.
Big kid. Started his career at Kennesaw State. From the stretch and the pitch. That's a breaking ball after that 90-pluser. Called strike at the belt, 0-2.
Yeah, it's a cutter.
Here comes the heater. Maybe. What'd you throw right here?
Fastball up.
There you go. Franklin's ready to the plate. Fastball swing and a miss. 99 on that one.
I never had one of those, but that's what I'd have thrown.
Yeah, but it was so long ago.
We can't. No, even my memory can't turn my fastball into 99 like that. That's a great pitch.
You guys didn't throw it 99 in your day.
Harder than people think, and we'll have that discussion in the offseason.
Here's Hawk 0-2, 2 strikeouts. First pitch to him is fouled on the right side. Way behind that fastball. Yeah, that 99er looked a little different, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Looked a whole lot like the Chase Burns fastball that we got used to seeing after he transferred into Winston from Tennessee. Here's the 0-1. That breaks off for a strike. How do you hit that, Larry?
That's
it's 0 for 2. Not fair.
85, breaking ball.
Everybody in East Tennessee expects a fastball here. At 0-2 with 1 on and 2 outs, and the ball's leading here in the top of the 6th, 8-4. Franklin, the fireballer, ready to go, kicks and deals. There's the heat. Runner steals third with no throw. So Wentz down there easily. Count at the plate 1-2. Well, Tennessee just didn't even think about him.
No, he's 90 feet closer though. So now you think, throw that breaking ball and bounce it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and Franklin is ready. There's the fastball, bounce back up the middle, base hit, run scores, and it's now 8-5 RBI for Austin Hawk. And the Deeks are edging right back into the thick of the fight.
And Austin Hawk just patiently sat in there and took a 94-mile-an-hour cutter and turned it around and hit it right back up the middle. About 5 hops, threw for a big RBI. Don't look now, but here come the Deeks.
Tennessee's lead trimmed down to 3 at 8-5. Here's Conte, who hit the 2-run homer for Wake back in the 2nd inning. With a runner at first, Franklin comes set. And the pitch. Fastball missed inside. 1-0. The Deeks with 2 in the 5th, 1 more at least here in the 6th to get within 3 at 8-5 now. As it starts to get a little late. And the 1-0. Breaking ball strike inside part of the plate. 1-1.
was a hanger a little bit. It wasn't a bad pitch to hit, but man, when you know the guy's got 99 in his back pocket, it's always lingering.
Ball back to Franklin. He's ready. Checks on the runner. And the pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. That again, 99. And Conte couldn't catch it. Franklin trying to get Tennessee out of the inning with just giving up one. 8-5 Vols. Top of the 6th. Franklin to the plate. Runner goes. Called strike 3 on a 101-mile-an-hour fastball. The side is retired, but Wake gets a run. We played 5.5 in Knoxville. The new score as we take the break, Tennessee 8 and Wake Forest 5.
Whether it's a big-time win or you're making a comeback, a Legacy Federal Credit Union is on your team. Need a car loan or want to switch to a free checking account? How about consolidating your student loans or starting that business you always wanted? At a Legacy, we help our members pursue their goals and achieve financial wins. Member-owned and focused, we're proud to offer personal guidance that helps you keep a healthy perspective on your finances through good times, tough times, and even game time. Learn more today at alegacy.org.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Bottom of the inning. 8-5 Tennessee. We're in the 6th. It'll be Clark, Peoples, and Mayer. Now we're playing some kind of game in front of us. I don't know. These fans, I don't know what's going on here.
It's going all the way around.
Kind of like the wave?
No.
A little heated? All right, Areola back out there and ready.
And Wake needs a 0 desperately right now.
Clark has scored 2 runs. He's been hit twice. If he were to happen to get hit here, the place might come unglued. First pitch, fastball high, ball 1. Areola, the 4th Deacon pitcher, as Clark stands in there. From the windup, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Missed that fastball, 1-1.
Well, Clark's been hit twice, and that's one of the things that the fans are screaming about.
And they know it for sure. Here's the 1-1. That is high. Fastball up in his eyes. A ball, 2 strikes. 2-1. And the sun really starting to set now. Lights have been on since the jump. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled at the plate. That was took something off of the fastball.
But not his curveball. But
no.
This is a good time for his curveball.
Counts all square at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Areola, the lefty for the Deeks, kicks and deals. Breaking balls outside, full count.
He threw it, he just missed with it.
Bottom of the 6th in Knoxville. Tennessee 8, the 1 seed. Wake Forest 5, the 2 seed. Areola with a payoff pitch to the leadoff hitter of the inning. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, got him. 1 away, good pitch.
Came right back with it, and this time got it over the strike zone. As we've said all season, well, for a couple of years now, it's a major league curveball. It's just getting it over home plate. He's got the fastball to go with it. It's just getting it over home plate.
Second Pepsi strikeout for Areola, and 2 strikeouts in a row for the Deacon lefty. Now Peoples, the catcher, 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out back in the 4th inning. Looks at strike one. Breaking ball right at the belt. 0-1. Wake defensively straight away. Deep in left field again, Costello. And here's the 0-1. Fastball that's pulled foul. Josh Elander, the assistant coach at third, never flinched. Never batted an eyelash. Hands on the hips.
He didn't blink.
He didn't blink, no. And ball sailed about 8 inches to the left of his shin. And the count, now they're calling timeout in the middle of the field.
Somebody came out of the Wake Forest bullpen to get that foul ball and flipped it up to the stands, and somebody in the stands missed it, and it bounced back onto the field.
And Mark Wagers, the second base umpire, was out there cutting the rug. Here's the 0-2. Foul back right at us. That might have hit you in the face.
Man.
No, your hands are on your hips. I was reaching out to protect my partner on that one.
I had to just use my quickness to get my hands up and catch it.
Like a cat. Here's the 0-2 from Arriola. Another breaking ball, swinging a miss, and another Pepsi strikeout. Second of the inning, they're 2 down. Third strikeout for Arriola, and 3 Volunteers in a row. 1 to end the 5th. That was Chapman. Now Clark and Peebles have been retired. Here's Manny Marin, the number 9 hitter, who had a 3-run bomb in that 7-run 4th.
He's having a big night.
First pitch. Off speed in there for a strike. Yeah, Marin had a bunt single in the 3rd, then the homer.
Homer hurt worse than the bunt.
Yeah, it really did. He's the 0-1. Breaks inside. Ball and strike.
Pretty much the master of the obvious.
That is some kind of an analysis you got going over there, big leaguer. Yeah, 1-1. That's low and inside. It's been a fun weekend here in Knoxville. Fun being home. I can't lie. Quote unquote home. Hometown. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Inside. 3 balls and a strike.
Arriola wants a new baseball. Stanley keeps pounding that seat. I'm going to slide my scoreboard down in there in between.
Got to focus, Larry. You got to zoom in here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Nobody on, 2 outs. And the pitch, that's high. No, they're going to call it a strike. Full count now. Bottom of the 6th, 8-5. Tennessee in front. Number 1 seed trying to get to Fayetteville, Arkansas with a win. Wake Forest trying to do the same. Deeks had to do it the hard way coming out of the losers bracket. Forced to knock off the home team twice. Did it last night, 7-6, trailing here in the 6th on this Monday night game, 8-5.
I guess he took that pitch because he didn't have enough stickum on his batting glove and bat, huh?
Went to get more or something.
Everything for the hitters.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Arriola ready. Here's the payoff pitch. Missed it. Low and inside, I guess. 2-out walk.
Well, it's a really good pitch. It was a breaking ball that just missed, and it fooled Marin so badly that he didn't have a chance to swing at it. He would have. He was ready to swing, but it really fooled him. He was expecting a fastball.
So Marin down to first, top of the Tennessee order. Here's Keelan. He's lined out, bounced into a double play, singled and scored. Marin the lead at first. And Arriola, after a long wait, comes home. Low and away fastball.
We get word from our spy network that Blake Morningstar is warming up in the Wake Forest bullpen, which, again, we can't see down the left field line. It's underneath the stands, but there's a camera in there.
Marin 2 steals on the year at first base. And the 1-0 pitch. That is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Curveball that dropped down.
Get too quick outs, both strikeouts, and you feel like things are very comfortable. What seems to be a harmless walk, but then all of a sudden you're 2-0, you're starting to flip it around. You flipped it around to the top of the order, and
Keelan sits back, throw to first. Might have been a balk. It was not.
No.
Right away, about half the stadium jumped up wanting a balk, and it wasn't called.
It's not a balk.
2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Fastball, that is a strike.
That straightened him out?
It's 2. He didn't hear you. It's 2-1.
That's good.
2-1. Arriola back to the belt and is ready. Long wait. Comes home. That's low. 3 balls and a strike. Don't make me have to come over there. Get between you and these Volunteer fans.
I knew it was going to be trouble on his 5th beer.
You're from Michigan. You're not from around here. You just hang on over there. 3-1. Here's the Arriola pitch. That is ripped into right field. Playing deep at second as Hawk. Throw to first. Got him. He took a base hit away from him. He was so deep in the outfield grass. That normally would be a base hit. As it stands, he's out 4-3. And the 6th inning comes to a close here in Knoxville. On to the 7th we go. The score still Tennessee 8, Wake Forest 5.
Whether it's on the baseball diamond or at your home, it's important to have your bases covered by someone you trust. Lucky for Deacon fans, Sutton Brothers has you covered at home. Heating and air, covered. Electrical, covered. Plumbing, that's right, covered. At Sutton Brothers, one call does it all. A proud partner of the Deeks, trust the locally owned and operated experts at Sutton Brothers for your home's comfort and emergency needs. Remember, one call and Sutton Brothers has your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical bases covered.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, we keep you moving, achieving, striving, with care that's easier and more accessible, so you can live fully. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons.
On to the 7th inning, officially getting late. 8-5 Tennessee lead. Deeks will send Williams, Scannell, and Houston to the plate. Franklin, the big, tall right-hander, whose last pitch was at 101, is out there for Tennessee. I've learned how you live now, Larry. We've had to stand the whole night, and this is normally how you do it anyway.
Gives you energy, doesn't it?
You don't have
feeling good about that?
You don't have to bounce around as much, typically. But
well, we're trying to look through elbows, hats being lifted,
ponytails.
Yeah,
that's all good. Here's Javar Williams to lead it off. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Franklin ready. The big righty deals a fastball outside, ball 1.
Ordinarily, with somebody that throws this hard, you think to yourself, okay, he's got to be wild. But we mentioned only 8 walks in the 36 innings he had coming into this one.
And not one tonight. Here's the 1-0. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. He came on to face Costello in the 6th with 1 out. Struck him out. Gave up an RBI single to Hawk. Then struck out Conti with that 101-mile missile. Mile-an-hour missile. As now Williams climbs back in there 2-0. Left-handed hitter. And the pitch. Fastball inside, 3-0.
Got to look down in the bullpen for Tennessee. Liam Doyle, their extremely talented #1 starter, is loosening up for the Tennessee Volunteers.
He pitched, game 1?
Game 1.
Pitched several innings. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That fastball misses again. Walked him on 4 straight pitches. Leadoff walk for Wake here in the 7th inning.
Peebles very quickly out to the mound, and Frank Anderson is going to make a trip, which generally means the pitcher is safe. Anderson's got some words for home plate umpire Mosier on his way out to the hill. Everybody in the ballpark has a better view than the guy that's standing right behind home plate.
That's always the way it is,
Isn't it beautiful?
Right?
We do. I know we do. We can call them off TV, too.
7th inning here in Knoxville. 8-5 Tennessee. Volunteers broke the game open with 7 runs back in the 4th inning. Couple of homers in that frame. Marin had the big one, a 3-run shot. Fisher had a 2-run blast. And since, Wake has clawed its way back. A couple in the 5th, one more in the 6th. Deficit now 3. And the leadoff man aboard here in the 7th inning.
Now Frank Anderson's going to walk all the way to home plate with Mosier. And he takes a couple of steps towards home plate, and he's still jawing at him as he goes back to the Tennessee dugout.
Yeah, he got all of it.
Yeah,
he got his walks worth there.
But he also shortened his time on the next time he gets a little bit crazy.
Top of the Deacon order here, Scannell, who homered in his last at-bat in the 5th after striking out and grounding out. Left-handed hitter, open stance. And Franklin deals a fastball strike. The ebb and flow of fandom. Woo, they're right on top of it. 0-1. Franklin ready again to the plate. High again with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's why I don't go to a lot of baseball games. That's why I go to football games to do the same thing.
Here you go.
Or basketball.
You've pitched in the big leagues, for a decade plus. You don't need to go to any more baseball games. Here's the 1-1. Franklin with a pitch. Now a snap throw down to first from behind the plate. Peebles on that pitch. Franklin turned to look at second base, which is unoccupied.
Yeah.
Williams is at first, and the count's now 2 balls and a strike. He may have been looking at something else. Just struck me as odd.
They're still kids. Sometimes they lose their train of thought.
Tennessee at double play depth in the infield. Here's the 2-1. Fastball high. Another throw down. Back safely, but just barely is Williams, and it's 3-1 to the plate.
And if you remember the last time Javar Williams was on, he stole second, but they had an appeal on the play. You're not in a situation where you can give up outs being thrown out on the base, down 3 runs.
Couple of throws down there by Peebles were really good throws. Count, though, 3 balls and a strike to Scannell. Pitch to the plate, popped up in the infield. Now drifting to the outfield grass. Here's Keelan to make the play. First out of the inning.
Having said that, if Javar Williams draws a throw down there that goes down the right field line, I'd tell you that's the smartest play in the book to try to draw the throw and advance on the error.
That's how you analysts work.
Absolutely, man. Criticize the results.
Here's Merrick Houston, 0 for 3. Good hitter, so he's due. How'd you like that?
He's due.
Yeah. 1 on, 1 out in the Wake 7th here at Tennessee. Breaking ball misses, ball 1.
Really interesting after watching Houston this weekend. Tennessee bunches him in the gap in right center field. That's where his home runs have gone. And he's got double power out there as well. Line wide open.
1 ball, no strikes. Franklin comes home with a fastball strike. And it's 1-1. He really pops that mitt.
We know that Houston has good power the right side. We've seen him do it at Wake Forest. Catch up to a fastball away. It would go over that low wall pretty easily.
Franklin's 1-1 pitch. The strike with a fastball, 1-2.
That was the pitch, but and 98's tough to turn on.
Yeah, it is. Javar Williams down at first, 1 out in the top of the 7th here in Knoxville. Tennessee leading Wake 8-5. And Franklin's ready. Is 1-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. Hit the century mark with that heater. His third strikeout in relief, and they're 2 down.
It is a little bit like watching Chase Burns, isn't it? The first thing you do is look up at the scoreboard.
Yep. 1-0-0, and that gets the fans going. 2 down for Lewis. Hit on base twice. He doubled back in the first, has since walked and struck out. Wake with 1 on, 2 out here in the 7th, and a visit from Peebles back out to the mound. The other Tennessee infielders will join him. See if anything's going here. Probably is.
Listen to the ovation if this is Doyle that they bring in. Expected to be a very high draft pick.
Well, out goes Tony Vitello. He crosses the first base line. He's looking out to the right field area.
Second trip, so it's got to be a change.
Yep. So we'll take the quick timeout. Franklin's day is done. We'll have the new Tennessee pitcher in a moment as you listen to Wake Baseball from Learfield.
Your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
Tennessee goes to the bullpen. They get Liam Doyle, who interestingly started the Miami game and went 6 2/3 innings and threw Larry over 100 pitches. And he is back after not a whole lot of rest, and the fans in Tennessee love him, and they should.
Well, they should, yeah. And what you wonder, what does this do for his, if they advance, what does this do for his first start going forward at the end of the week? How much has he got tonight? The thing is when he's on, he really is on. A 2.91 ERA. He's pitched 89 2/3 innings with, check this out, Stan, 153 strikeouts in 89 innings.
And they stole him from Ole Miss.
30 walks to go with 153 strikeouts.
Oh. I got somebody else from Ole Miss. It was Fisher, I think, yeah. 2 former Rebels, now Tennessee Volunteers.
Second relief appearance of the year in his 18th appearance.
He comes in with 1 on and 2 outs here in the 7th. Tennessee with an 8-5 lead here at home. Looking to the Volunteers 7th, hitters 2, 3, and 4. And Fisher, the first baseman, the Mississippi transfer, will lead it off for Tennessee. That's when the balls come to the plate right now. Doyle is in to try and get Lewis.
They probably had a major that he wanted to check out here at Tennessee. That's why he made the transfer. Engineer.
Yeah. The big lefty fires it in there, ball 1. Javar Williams down at first. He led the inning off with a walk, but a pop out and a strikeout behind him. He's out there by himself with 2 outs. Wake trailing by 3 here in the 7th. Goes on the pitch. Throw down from Peoples is not in time. Another stolen base for Javar Williams. His second of the night.
You just got to make sure you make it.
Whew. Got a good jump on the lefty. That's hard to do.
And the last time that he did steal a base hit got him in.
Two balls, no strikes to Lewis. And Wake Forest with a man in scoring position out there at second now. Trailing Tennessee by 3. Here's the 2-0. Fastball strike. 99 miles an hour.
That's legit from the left side, huh?
Yeah. To the left-handed hitter. Lewis 1 for 2 with a walk. Had a double back in the first inning. Late on a fastball, swings through it 2-2. Now the fans come to their feet trying to get Tennessee into the dugout.
Yeah, and he's got options.
Jafar Williams out there at second after his second stolen base of the game. 2-2 pitch. The lefty's ready. Deals. Swing and a miss. 99 miles an hour. He comes in, strikes out Lewis, ends the inning. Time to stretch in Knoxville with a score. Volunteers 8, Demon Deacons 5.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
Bottom of the 7th in Knoxville, Tennessee leading 8-5. And right now, Larry, you feel they've got the Volunteers' Doyle back in there. We wonder how much he'll go, but they've kind of got it set up kind of how they want right now.
Yeah, they went into their bullpen last night and used a couple of their big arms, including an inning and a third from their closer. But Ed Doyle was pretty impressive, and I really like Franklin's arm also. So Tennessee reloaded and got themselves some pitching. You were talking about Ole Miss too, Stan. Ole Miss losing to Murray State 12-3.
There's Miss Cinderella right there.
Yeah.
Well, Areola out for Wake for his third inning of relief. He's got 3 Pepsi strikeouts to his credit. He'll face Fisher, Ensley, and Bargo. Fisher will lead it off. That big 2-run homer back in the 4th inning. He also walked in the first and has struck out. Lefty-lefty matchup, and here we go in the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. That was a big-time cut.
What's the city past the last city that you mentioned over there in right field?
Mom and Dad are down in the Lower City.
Okay.
It's about 35 minutes.
Tell them how to stand by the door.
Hey, get out on the porch. Here it comes. Oh, man.
I can't believe he didn't hurt himself with that swing.
Big cut at the fastball. Nothing in 1.
Probably going to need more of the sticky stuff after that.
He steps out of the box, I think. Everybody up. These chairs don't have rollers on them, so I probably could stand on the chair and not fall off.
They swivel, though.
Yeah, that's the danger. 0-1, fastball outside. Ball and a strike.
Could be good for a laugh, though.
But then we'd hit our head on the window above our head.
Yeah, true.
It's plexiglass, though. Stadium under a big reno. Construction zone. 1-1 pitch. Looks at a breaking ball strike. 1-2. Good pitch from Areola.
Yeah, the wallboard with the numbers on it, leaving the spaces and sizes. Is
a little sheetrock. It's a nice touch. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fouled it back into the screen. Putting $100 million plus in this ballpark. It's going to take. They're wondering if they can get ready for next year, and they're going at it right now, and this season's not even over. So Going to do a lot of stuff here. Add some seats as well. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's chopped foul toward the Tennessee dugout. The Tennessee broadcasters can't see either. They're over to our left on the other side of this wall. You're dealing with the same stuff.
Although their people are sitting down.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball doesn't miss by a whole lot. Outside 2-2. John Wilkerson, longtime radio voice of Tennessee baseball. Called a national title game and a win for the Vols last year. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball foul right side.
Remember about 5:45 when we said the atmosphere isn't quite the same as last night?
It's exactly like it, or more, because blood is in the water. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Tennessee is leading 8-5. And at the plate, Fisher with a 2-2 count. Areola on the mound for Wake. Rocks and deals. That is popped up way into the air. And I think into the seats. Yep. We got a big concrete overhang above us. Ball goes above it. You got to look at the players and say, all right, where are they going? And they were racing toward the Tennessee dugout and ran out of real estate down there. I think.
You're guessing by memory.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Areola ready, and the pitch. Fastball, 94 miles an hour just off the plate. Full count to the Tennessee leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th with the Vols at home leading 8-5. Fisher, the lefty, digs back in. Areola, the lefty for Wake. Pitch to the plate and a ball 4. Took a while for Moser to make the signal. And a leadoff walk for Tennessee here in the 7th inning.
Well, and he walks all the way to first base after slamming the bat to the ground like I give.
Second walk from Areola. And Larry, we talked last night some about Tennessee and the way it plays.
Yeah.
Very aggressive, in your face. A lot of that kind of tactic. And that's just the way Tennessee has played under Tony Vitello.
And Tom Walter is going to slow things down a little bit, makes a trip down to the mound, out to the mound, and makes the sign to the bullpen. That will end Areola's night.
Yeah, Areola worked 2 innings, got into the 7th, walks the leadoff man Fisher, and his night is done. We'll take another quick timeout. The new Demon Deacon hurler when we return as you listen to Wake Baseball from Learfield.
Whether it's a big-time win or you're making a comeback, a Legacy Federal Credit Union is on your team. Need a car loan or want to switch to a free checking account? How about consolidating your student loans or starting that business you always wanted? At a Legacy, we help our members pursue their goals and achieve financial wins. Member-owned and focused, we're proud to offer personal guidance that helps you keep a healthy perspective on your finances through good times, tough times, and even game time. Learn more today at alegacy.org.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
Wake goes to the bullpen and gets Friday starter Blake Morningstar. He went, 4+ innings in that first game with Cincinnati. And gave up 10 runs.
Was a little bit of a we need some innings from the first guy we run out there after things got out of hand. And so they probably left him out there an inning or so more than than would be normal in those circumstances. But he comes back to try to shut things right down here and keep Wake Forest within 3.
Tennessee has the leadoff walk from Fisher, so he's aboard with nobody out in the home half of the 7th. And Tennessee leading by 3, 8-5. After Wake got the jump early in the 2nd inning on a 2-run homer from Matt Conti. Tennessee's big inning was the 4th when it got 7.
Boy, they bring those power arms in, and it lights this place up, especially when they've got a lead. Once again, should mention we're getting towards that part of the night where balls in the air are tough to watch. We saw one in last night's game. You have to remember that as the ball goes up into the air.
Yeah, Bargo out and left for Tennessee lost a ball that ended up being a triple. Here's Ensley for the Volunteers. Morningstar's first pitch is a some kind of off-speed pitch. Swing. No, it's a fastball. Swing and a miss.
Yeah. 96.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the Tennessee plan is take a hack at that first fastball you see from the bullpen.
Morningstar works from the stretch with Fisher at first with nobody out. Comes home, swinging a foul tip back to the screen. That was a breaking ball. 0-2 quickly to the Tennessee center fielder. Tennessee 45-17. The Vols 31-10 in this ballpark. One of those 10 last night. Wake won 7-6. 0-2 on the way. That's outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Wake won 7-6 to force this game. Winner take all. And all is the Knoxville Regional title and a trip to Fayetteville, Arkansas next week for the Super Regional. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball just a little bit inside. And it's 2-2.
Slipped out of his hand some.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Morningstar ready to go. Comes set to the plate. Fastball fouled away.
95-mile-an-hour fastball in on the hands. Morningstar's got some juice here in this relief appearance. That's a little bit harder than he throws, generally speaking, in his starting spots.
Maybe a couple miles an hour worth of adrenaline.
Could be. No, you've only got 1 inning or so to go, so just air it out.
2 balls and 2 strikes to the Tennessee outfielder. And the pitch. Breaking ball hit into right field. Drops in for a base hit. Rounding second will be Fisher. He digs for third. Ensley stays put at first. And Tennessee's got it going again here in the 7th with balls on the corners and nobody out.
That did a great job of waiting for the off-speed pitch and staying back on it and then drilled it into right field. That's just good hitting by a very good player.
First base hit of the night for Ensley. Now the Deacs get the cleanup hitter, Dalton Bargo. He is 0 for 3. He was 0 for 4 last night, so he is big time due from that cleanup spot. First pitch to him is foul on the ground right side, left-handed hitter. With Fisher at third now, Ensley at first, bottom of the 7th, nobody out. Tennessee trying to add to an 8-5 lead here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium on the banks of the Tennessee River and trying to close out the Knoxville Regional with a win. 0-1 pitch, fouled over the left side now, and quickly in the hole is Bargo at 0-2. Tennessee infielders or rather the Wake infielders, double play depth. And the count 0-2. Morningstar comes set. Throws to first, and diving back is Ensley. Kind of quiets the crowd a bit.
For the moment.
Morningstar back with the baseball. From the stretch comes set. Ready with the 0-2. To the plate, that's chopped right side, foul by 10 feet. We'll reload the 0-2 count.
Yeah, Ensley was going on that.
And Fisher digging for home. He's down at third, Ensley at first. 2 on, nobody out in the Tennessee 7th. Volunteers at home leading 8-5 over Wake Forest, who entered at 39-21, looking for win number 40. That would send Wake to the Super Regional. 0-2 from Morningstar. Foul tip at the plate.
Swing and a miss.
Okay. Thought he got a piece of it. He had a strange reaction at Bargo on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. I thought he nicked it.
No, Ensley was running from first base. He stole second, and so Bargo was wondering whether or not that was a swing, was a strikeout. Now, Tom Walter is out of the dugout to talk about it.
And quick retreat back to the dugout.
No, I guess you're right. He did foul tip it because they're sending him back, and Bargo's back in the batter's box.
Okay, that's what the way he reacted. It's like, hey, I got a piece of that. I know I did. Okay, so reset.
First and third.
They don't have the count up on the scoreboard. They didn't reboot that. Pitch to the plate. Runner goes foul down the left field line. They've got one out up. There's nobody out. Fisher at third. Ensley at first. And Bargo at the plate.
0-2 count.
Yeah, 0-2 is the count. To the left-handed hitter. Morningstar comes set, kicks, deals, swing and a miss, and now he is out on strikes. Down to second base was Ensley. Morningstar gets his first Pepsi strikeout, and now the Vols with runners at second and third, one out for Curley, who's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Good news, bad news. You got the strikeout that you needed, but that takes away the double play situation.
Curley with 2 walks last night, a base hit as well. Got caught looking once. It's in the number 5 spot, second baseman for Tennessee. And Morningstar ready to go. Fastball is lifted down the right field line toward the foul ground. Scannell gives a look at it. He disappears behind the wall over there, and that's kind of like calling football at the Dome up at Syracuse. Yeah. You lose people in that building.
Who was it? Perry caught the ball in the corner of the end zone?
Touchdown, yeah.
One of the great Stan Cotton calls of all time.
We made that half of that up. Couldn't see it. We've made most of this up.
Baseball, you can do that.
No balls in a strike to Curley. Again, Tennessee with runners at second and third. Breaking ball stays high.
Infield in for Wake Forest.
Ball and a strike. Yeah, all the Deeks have squeezed in along the base paths right now. And the pitch. Fastball sails inside, 2-1. 8-5 Tennessee, bottom of the 7th. Tennessee with runners at second and third. One out after that Bargo strikeout. Base hit would score 2 more in all likelihood. And the 2-1 pitch, breaking ball strike. And it's 2-2. Great pitch. Despite what you might hear. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Tennessee second baseman. And now Morningstar steps away.
Stickham will fix it.
Yeah.
That'll change the strike zone.
Little spray down there.
Yep.
Got that going on. Back comes Curley. We are creeping up on 3 hours old again tonight.
Not hard to believe.
3-run lead for Tennessee in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball lifted into center. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And Tennessee extends the lead here in Knoxville.
Well, it was a good pitch. It was a breaking ball off the plate. He just extended the arms looking for a breaking ball off the plate and hit it softly off the end. The Wake Forest outfield was very deep, even though the infield was in. And it drops in for a base hit. Now Corey Muscara is going to come out to have a conversation with Morningstar.
That's now 10-5 Tennessee in the bottom of the 7th. Still just 1 out. And Curley, after the meeting, will remain at first base after the 2-run single. Curley with RBIs 47 and 48 for the season. 7 here this weekend. And Tennessee wants more.
Sorry, Stan, good hitting. That was just, he had an idea what was coming, and it was a ball, but he reached out and got it because it's what he was looking for.
Now the right fielder, Chapman, drove in a run with a single back in the 4th. He's grounded out and struck out. Morningstar from the stretch. Runner goes on the pitch and trying to bunt the ball. Chapman fouled it back to the screen. Curley had a great jump. He's got to come all the way back. Curley has 8 steals on the year. He walks back.
Yeah, well,
Catching his breath.
Chirping a little bit.
Now, the third base coach, Josh Elander, will walk to the plate and talk to his hitter. You'll see Bill Salento do that with Wake's hitters, but not at the plate.
Vitello was out from the Tennessee dugout.
He's out as well, talking to the home plate umpire. Now the third base umpire, Bill McGuire, comes all the way into the plate area.
Elander pointing down to first base. Are they asking if it hit his hand? Now the trainer comes out. That was Jeff Wood, the athletic trainer.
I think everybody's okay. Everybody retreats.
Probably just need a little more stickum.
You're stuck on the stickum. Did you use the rosin bag a whole lot as a pitcher?
I did, but yeah, I guess it was the same thing. I usually, after a hitter made an out and I did my little tour around the mound, I'd pick it up.
Quick snap throw there by Morningstar to chase Curley back.
As I waited for the ball to come back in.
Again, at the plate is Chapman, counting 0-1 to him after that failed bunt attempt. Curley gets the lead. Winay holds him on at first. Morningstar comes home with a pitch outside, ball 1.
After looking at a replay, I think what happened was when he squared to bunt, the ball might have hit his hand down on the barrel of the bat.
Didn't feel good.
And that's a hang with him.
His thumb might look like yours. Got a nice one going. 1-1, another snap throw. Looks like you got that thing stuck in a blueberry pie.
Little hazard pay, do you think?
Had you been down to Mom's,
I could have had some.
Yeah, something close to it.
It's these 2 pieces sticking out on the sides that worry me.
You might lose that nail. 1 ball, 1 strike, Morningstar. to the plate this time. Fly ball, left field, long run by Costello toward the line. He will make the catch. Kind of dark out there. Makes the catch. 2 down, and back to first will go Curley.
Again, though, this is just about the same time of night and the same looking sky when the ball got lost last night.
Yeah, Bargo was out and left.
Yep.
And a high kind of, it was a deep fly ball that he lost completely. And he landed on the warning track. So here's Clark, the DH, with 2 down and 1 on. Couple of runs in for Tennessee to add to the lead. It's again now 10-5. I think they're going to call time down at first. Curley, as he dove back, I think might have gotten banged up a little bit.
That probably needs some stickum.
We got it all going tonight. Everything that could delay the game is.
Baseball's going to have to figure out a way, college baseball, to fix that.
By Morningstar ready. Clark digs in, right-handed hitter. With 2 down and 2 runs in for the Vols, and leading by 5. Fastball foul back to the net. 0-1. Clark tonight been hit twice, scored twice, and struck out. He'll feel this game tomorrow.
Yes.
No balls and a strike. Morningstar. Big long pause out there. Shoves for home. There's a strike. Fastball outside part of the plate at the knees. 0-2.
Another 95 for Morningstar, who will be back.
Now ready with the 0-2 pitch to the plate. Skips it in there. Good block behind the dish by Conti. Who for Wake had a big 2-run home run in the second inning. Wake Forest with 16 home runs in this regional. A ball and 2 strikes and the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. He got him. And the side is retired. So we played 7 complete. Tennessee adds 2 to the lead. We go to the 8th in Knoxville with the score as we take the break. Tennessee 10, Wake Forest 5.
For up-to-date breaking news on the Deacs, there's no better source than GoDeacs.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeacs.com provides detailed content of results of all Deacon sports teams, with innovative photos, live game and coaches show broadcasts, and in-depth interviews about the Deacons. GoDeacs.com is your complete online source for sports news when you just have to know. Visit GoDeacs.com and make it your homepage each time you log on to the internet. Go to the source, GoDeacs.com.
Wake Forest football season tickets are on sale now. The 2025 season kicks off with opening night, August 29th. The remaining schedule includes home games against Big Four rivals NC State and North Carolina and ACC newcomer SMU. Season ticket options start at just $149. Get your tickets today at godeaks.com/tickets and join us in D-Town. We'll see you at a Legacy Stadium this fall for Wake Forest football. Go Deacs!
On to the 8th inning here in Knoxville, with Tennessee now having doubled up Wake Forest. It is 10-5 Volunteers. It'll be Winay, Wentz, and Costello. Middle of the Deacon order here in the top half of the inning. And the hill is very, very steep right now for the Deacs. We had to play 2 yesterday, disposed of Cincinnati, and then knocked off Tennessee, giving the Vols their first loss of the regional, forcing tonight's game on this Monday night. Wake had the early lead, but now the Volunteers lead at 10-5. Abernathy for Tennessee is out and left for Bargo. And Winay set to go for Wake at the plate. Doyle is ready, and he deals. Fastball that's high, ball one. Top of the 8th. Wake down 5, and the pitch to Winay. It's a high fly ball to left field over in that dark area. Back is Abernathy. Right at the wall makes the catch. And there's that baseball action. You come in, the ball will find you. You knew I was going there, right?
I did. Yes, I did.
I mean, seriously. It's a big ballpark, and that little ball finds its way out to Abernathy, who's fresh into the ball game.
I knew you couldn't let me outmaster the obvious.
One down. Here's Wentz. He has struck out twice, doubled, and scored. The double came back in the 6th. Part of that Wake comeback with 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. But Tennessee strikes for a couple more in the 7th. Opening breaking ball is high, ball 1 to Wentz.
Well, that ball was close to being a home run, wasn't it?
Very close. What, probably 6-8 feet?
Not even. 3-4 feet.
1-0 from Doyle, swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. Bounced off the mitt of Peebles behind the plate. Tennessee's defense straight away. Second baseman Curley out in the grass. That's where Hawks played all night. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss at another one. Big fastball, 1-2.
And he's got one. That one was 98.
Well, he and Franklin together.
Oh, boy.
Franklin hit 101.
Yeah.
A ball and 2 strikes here with 1 out, nobody on in the Deacon 8th, and the 10-5 Tennessee leads. Swing and a miss at another heater. 2 down. Second strikeout for Doyle in relief. Well, now with 2 outs, here's Costello.
I get going with your guy that's your main guy, but you got a 5-run lead. You're playing again on Friday or possibly Saturday. We don't know that yet. They could go on Saturday, but it's still short rest if you want him to throw your first game.
Now Costello for the Deeks, 1 for 3 night. He looks at a fastball high, ball 1. Costello singled in the second on base when Conte hit it out. He since flied out and looked at strike 3. 1-0, big cut there at a heater, 1-1 right up in his eyes. Tennessee fans starting to feel it with 2 outs here in the 8th. And the 1-1 struck him out. Side is change up. Hang on, didn't strike him out. The scoreboard was wrong.
They don't need any help.
The count was wrong.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And I'm going on the board there. And now Bill Salento comes in to talk to Costello. Count now is 1-2.
You need to come up with a nickname for this offensive maneuver here.
The sidestep. The
Salento something.
Salento. Well, he knows his stuff.
While you're thinking of that, Salento words of wisdom. While that was happening, the middle infielders for Tennessee were going to come in to talk to Liam Doyle, and he brushed them back to their position and said, let's go stand there and watch me do this.
All right, Costello's going to climb back in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Tennessee with a 5-run lead. Ball fans can smell it. Pitch to the plate. Called strike 3 on a fastball in the inside part of the plate. And Wake goes out quietly in order here in the 8th inning. We played 7.5 in Knoxville with a score. Tennessee 10, Wake Forest 5.
At Vibe, we design spaces where people heal, learn, and work, whether it's surgery centers, libraries, or residence halls. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're creating environments where champions are made on and off the field. From the classroom to the locker room, our team brings out the best in yours. Ready to elevate your game? Visit vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's. Vibe, creating environments for well-being.
Whether it's a big-time win or you're making a comeback, a Legacy Federal Credit Union is on your team. Need a car loan or want to switch to a free checking account? How about consolidating your student loans or starting that business you always wanted? At a Legacy, we help our members pursue their goals and achieve financial wins. Member-owned and focused, we're proud to offer personal guidance that helps you keep a healthy perspective on your finances through good times, tough times, and even game time. Learn more today at alegacy.org.
Back in Knoxville, bottom of the 8th, and Tennessee with a 10-5 lead on Wake. Looking ahead to the Deacon 9th, bottom of the order, and Wake will have to get at least 5. Tennessee fans wanting more here in the bottom of the 8th, trying to add and pad the lead.
Yes, and this is a Tennessee tradition here in the 8th inning.
It's funny, back when I was in school in the early 80s, Tennessee baseball was kind of an afterthought.
Yeah.
And again, we want to mention, Tony Vitello's coming here and won a national championship. John Curry hired him while he was the athletic director here at Tennessee. As People stands in, Morningstar ready, delivers a strike.
Well, I don't know if we can call it a money-making operation yet because they spend a lot of money too, but it certainly is a big-time program with a lot of people paying attention.
Oh, one pitch popped up out of play behind the plate. 0-2 to Peebles, who's walked and struck out twice, both times swinging. Morningstar ready with the 0-2 to the plate. Foul at right on top of the plate, then behind him, staying alive, Cannon Peebles, terrific catcher, good bat. We've seen a couple of terrific throws down to first base.
Yep.
And the 0-2 now, breaking ball just does miss. 1-2.
They're saying the attendance now, including standing room only, which is what we have all the way around the left, from the left field corner to the right field corner, is 6,298. Expected to go someplace almost close to 8,000 after the improvements.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Morningstar to the plate, all the way to the screen. 2-2.
Almost close doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense, does it, Stan? It's getting late, getting tired.
Good friend of mine, Joe Arnone, who was once the ticket manager at Wake Forest,
yes, sir,
and at Marshall, is now here at Tennessee. And he was talking about the ticketing part of baseball. 2-2 pitch inside. And he was talking about this row that's right in front of where we are. He said, we're going to have to take those seats out.
Yeah, they are.
Because it's just, this doesn't work. And I'm sure the thing will be tweaked before it's finished. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Got him. 1 away. Good start.
Unless, of course, they figure out a way how to raise the prices for this row of seats.
That's true. That's true. Third Pepsi strikeout for Morningstar. And now Tony Vitello walks out to have a chat with Casey Mosier, the home plate umpire. 1 down for Marin, the number 9 hitter.
Mosier's got the paper out, writing something down.
Not a pinch hitter, is it? Don't think so.
Doesn't appear to be.
No, it's Marin. He's been on base 3 times tonight, including the 3-run homer, bunt single, and a walk. Very productive. Foul ball into the screen. and almost hits the umpire Moser on top of the head. Glanced off the screen, went all the way back toward the field of play, and nearly cold-cocked him.
Didn't hear a lot of sympathy from this crowd either.
No. 0-1. That's lifted right side and foul. And quickly 0-2 to the Tennessee third baseman here at the bottom of the 8th. 10-5 Tennessee. Ball's 10 runs on 7 hits. Wake 5 runs on 6. Pitch to the plate. Pulled fair down the left field line right on top of the bag. Rounding first, heading for second is Marin. Costello has to dig that one out of the left field corner. And a 1-out double for Tennessee.
Big night for the number 9 hitter.
Tip of the cap to him. Really playing well. The freshman from Hialeah, Florida. Down your way.
Yes, sir.
Now the top of the Tennessee order, here's Keelan. Left-handed hitter. Been on base once tonight. Single in the 4th and scored. Pitch to the plate, pulled foul down the right side. Hit very hard. No errors tonight by either team. 0-1 count to Keelan, and the pitch. Fastball on the ground. Left side's going to find its way through, and a run will score. In comes Marin to make it 11-5, and down to second with nobody on the base for Wake Forest goes Keelan.
Now aggressiveness by Tennessee, and Wake Forest just getting a little bit of lackadaisical here in the end of this ball game. Nobody covering second base.
So Keelan gets the double and the RBI. Marin scores for the second time. And again, Wake's deficit now 6.
And Tom Walter came out of the Wake Forest dugout, and they're going to put the intentional walk into play.
So Fisher is sent down to first. There's 1 out, and that creates a double play situation as Inslee stands in. He hit into a double play back in the first inning. Does have a base hit tonight, scored a couple of times. Keelan at second, Fisher at first. And Tennessee up now 11-5. Pitch to the plate is off target, a ball and no strikes. Three hours, 15 minutes old this game. 11-5 Tennessee. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Good fastball, 1-1.
Getting near that ask ye not for whom the bell tolls.
There you get to a regional. It's a double elimination deal. You lose that first game, and wow, is it tough. And Wake has fought its way all the way here.
And even though it's only 4 teams, still coming through that loser's bracket, having to play the extra game makes it difficult.
Swing and a miss at the plate, a ball and 2 strikes. Wake eliminated Miami, eliminated Cincinnati, got Tennessee last night, facing elimination 3 times. Tennessee, or rather Wake Forest, kept plugging and got to tonight.
It's just the toll that it puts on your bullpen and on your arms.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and out is Inslee. And there are 2 down. Strikeout number 4 for Morningstar. And now Tom Walter out of the Wake dugout to the mound. And that's going to be it for Morningstar. So we'll take another quick timeout, and we'll have a new Deacon pitcher when we return with Halls up 11-5 here in Knoxville.
Whether it's on the baseball diamond or at your home, it's important to have your bases covered by someone you trust. Lucky for Deacon fans, Sutton Brothers has you covered at home. Heating and air, covered. Electrical, covered. Plumbing, that's right, covered. At Sutton Brothers, one call does it all. A proud partner of the Deeks, trust the locally owned and operated experts at Sutton Brothers for your home's comfort and emergency needs. Remember, one call and Sutton Brothers has your heating, air, plumbing, and electrical bases covered.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, we keep you moving, achieving, striving, with care that's easier and more accessible, so you can live fully. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons.
Wake Forest goes to the bullpen. Out comes Chris Lavonis, 6'2" righty youngster from New Jersey, and he comes in with Tennessee up 11-5 with a couple on and 2 away.
Well, you try to accomplish a couple of things. You give one of your best arms the opportunity to get you out of this inning and give you one more shot in the ninth. But you also want guys to leave for the summer on a good note, get some experience here in the big atmosphere, freshmen particularly, as you are going to be counting on them for the next few years.
Jay Abernathy will be the hitter for Tennessee. He came on last inning out in left field for Bargo. Abernathy on the year hitting .277. No homers, 9 runs driven in. Second game of the regional that he's participated in. So Abernathy's out there with runners at first and second, 2 down. And he looks at ball 1. Left-handed hitter. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball way outside. 2-0.
Threw it 95. Tried to throw it 105.
Keelan down at second, Fisher at first. And the count 2-0 to the hitter, Abernathy. Pinch hitter, breaking ball popped up. Shallow center. It's in a tough spot, though. Long run for the center fielder, Williams. Great speed as he runs that down to end the inning. On to the ninth we go. Wake's got to have 6, trailing Tennessee 11-5 here in Knoxville.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Deacon Nation, this is your new head football coach, Jake Dickert. I cannot tell you how excited, proud, and honored I am to be the next head football coach here at Wake Forest. Season tickets for 2025 are now on sale and start at just $149. Get yours today at godeeks.com/tickets and join me in Deektown. I'll see you at a Legacy Stadium this fall to kick off a new era of Wake Forest football. Thank you for your continued support, and go Deeks!
$11 to 5 the score as we go to the ninth here at Knoxville. Bottom of the Demon Deacon order do Hawk, Conti, and Williams. And Doyle, surprisingly, remains out there for Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't exactly follow this logic. I mean, I know you want to close the game, and he's the best pitcher that you have and everything else, but you have a 6-run lead, and you're going to want to use this guy pretty quickly to start your weekend off.
Yeah, he went 6 2/3 and threw over 100 pitches in the opening win for Tennessee against Miami on Friday night.
Let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today's Monday, so 2 days rest and bring him back. And
this is, he's faced 4 Wake hitters. He's retired them all. 3 strikeouts and a fly ball. Now here's Hawk to start off the Deacon ninth. Had a base hit and an RBI in his last at-bat. He's also struck out twice.
That's only his 17th pitch, but
there's a strike to open things up. 0-1.
And keep in mind, he's going to be the guy at the bottom of a dog pile, too.
Here's the 0-1. Here's that.
Never disregard that dog pile effect.
You've been a part of a bunch of those?
I've been on the bottom of the pile.
1 ball, 1 strike in the ninth. And the pitch. Foul right back into the screen, 1-2. Doa came on with 2 out in the 7th, struck out Lewis, got Winay to pop out in the 8th, then struck out both Wentz and Costello back-to-back. And now he's ahead of Hawk here to start the 9th, 1-2. Tennessee straight away defensively, 11-5. Tennessee in the lead here at home. And the 1-2 pitch. It's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Right-hander and a left-hander throwing in the Tennessee bullpen.
Wake Forest last night became just the second non-SEC team to win here this season. East Tennessee State beat Tennessee by a run in extra innings in March. Here's the 2-2. That's high, full count.
Which is a bit staggering.
7-6 was that final. Tennessee's hosted a regional 4 out of the last 5 years. Here's the payoff. Call strike 3 on the outside corner. Fastball got him. 1 down.
Hop up into the air for Austin Hawk. He's convinced the ball was off the plate outside.
4th strikeout for Doyle. Tennessee has won the last 6 regionals here and is 25-6.
Wow.
In those games. Tennessee and Knoxville 30-9 all time in the postseason. And the first pitch to Conte is foul back. 0-1. Tennessee has not lost a home series in the NCAA tournament in this format, the double elimination 14 format, since it started in 1999. Got Tennessee here, got Wake rather here in 2001. 0-1 to Conte to the plate, swing and a miss. Another fastball, 0-2.
97.
Still got the heat. Wake down to its last 2 outs, down 6 runs in the 9th. Doyle ready. Winds and deals the 0-2. Fastball lifted right field. Chapman toward the line. Easy play for him. 2 down. And Wake Forest down to its final out. And Javar Williams will come to the plate. And he's had a terrific night. Or series.
He's had I was going to say he's had a very good weekend. Did a lot of good things. Did a lot of good things this season for Wake Forest.
Been on base a couple of times, scored a run tonight, had a 2-run home run last night in Wake's 7-6 win over Tennessee. But nobody on, 2 outs, top of the 9th, and the Deacs have 1 more out. Pitch to the plate is fouled away. 0-1. Williams tonight has stolen a couple of bases. Tennessee trying to get win 46. Here's the pitch, fouled on the left field line. 0-2. One more strike needed by the Volunteers. And it'll be on to the Super Regionals. Nothing in 2. Doyle looks in, fires to the plate, just outside. 1-2.
Yeah, Doyle was looking for a landing spot to start the pile on.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here in the 9th. Rocky Top is hopping. And the 1-2. That's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That alarm clock's going to come early in the morning. Everybody back to work on Tuesday. Yeah, they're not going to leave immediately, I wouldn't think.
Nope, it'll be a while.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Doyle rocks and delivers. Fastball outside, 3-2. Full count. Doyle backs off the mound, collects himself, the big lefty. He was struck out 4, ready to go. To the plate, called strike 3. The game is over and Tennessee moves on to the Super Regionals with an 11-5 win over Wake Forest. The Deacons' season ends at 39-22. Tennessee now 46-17 and off to Fayetteville to face SEC member Arkansas in a best-of-3 series for a berth to the College World Series.
Should be a terrific matchup down there. Darn shame that Wake Forest won't be a part of that, because that would have been a great series as well. But got to tip your hat to the Deeks. Played very hard, as you said. Coming through the losers bracket is always the tough way to go, but it's a